right, so I would like to tell a story. Now, first of all, I'd like to start this story by saying that I respond to criticism on this show. I try to. I attempt to do so whenever possible, whenever I receive criticism. And so now I recently stumbled upon a video that was criticizing me. I was declared to be wrong in the video title. And but I didn't know this video is a couple of months old. This is from February. I just didn't know that it existed. I was recently on another show. And while I was on the other show, and so I was looking at that upload when that was put up, and then this was in the in the suggestion. I was like, whoa, someone made a video about me, and I didn't even know. And so I want to play that video in full. I want to take the I might speed it up with the time thing, because that's what I do, because my brain is so big it can handle 2x speed. But I'm gonna compromise. I can handle 20x speed. Let me tell you, I got a super brain, but I can handle putting it on like 1.25 or 1.5 for the viewers. I know not everyone can handle 15,000x speed. But anyway, enough of the jokes. So I'm on this person's channel here, and you can see if you scroll back enough, eventually, look at me. That's me in the video. Someone made a video about me. This is NoJusticeMTG made a video about me, saying that I'm wrong on the subject of cryptocurrency. I know I'm very controversial. My take is very controversial when it comes to cryptocurrency. But anyway, let's watch this video. And I started watching it a little bit, but then I said, nah, I'm gonna do this on stream because that way it's fun. Anyway, this is from February 2nd. So again, I apologize. If No Justice wants to let me know. I mean, just send me a message. Whenever I'm just saying, whenever someone makes a video about me, let me know. I'm interested. The fact that I'm responding to this, I feel like I'm late. I feel like part of me was like, should I even bother? But then the other part was like, yeah, sure, why not? But anyway, so they made a video saying that I am wrong about cryptocurrency, and I guess my position will be explained in my original video that they're responding to. So I'm not going to rehash that until we get to that point. But also, now this is an interesting tidbit. This is an interesting tidbit. Right, now this is an interesting tidbit here. So I scroll down to the comment section. Right, so I scroll down to the comment section. And now, those that watch my stream might see a familiar face. So I scroll down to the comment section, and I see a 1 DB Cooper in the comment section. Now, does anyone remember DB Cooper? This guy's like an alt-right douchebag that would troll the shit out of me. And then, I made fun of him one time, and he just stopped coming back. But apparently, DB Cooper has, my name on some filter. How the fuck did he find this video? How did he find this video? This is some alt-right Kiwi Farms guy. Okay, how did he find the video? I don't know. But he found it, and he left some, bizarre troll comment here. Now, what's interesting to me is that this was loved. As you can see at the bottom, the streamer, who, to my understanding, is a left-winger, loved this comment. Now, love is where you click on it and you say, oh, yes, it's your way of interacting without responding with words, Now, again, sometimes, I will be honest, I, as a streamer, will love every comment that I get because I know that some people have email notifications, right? So if I love the thing and they see the email, they might come back and watch the video again. I'm just saying. So sometimes I love comments I don't agree with, so I'm not necessarily trying to weaponize this against NoJusticeMTG. I just thought it's interesting. So I just thought it's interesting. They obviously don't know who DB Cooper is, right? So, they don't watch my streams, I imagine. I'm not sure. But I just thought that was interesting. I just thought, that's worth sharing. I think that this is a little funny update. I made fun of this guy, DB Cooper, in my chat. Not to be confused with the real DB Cooper, unless that is the real DB Cooper, because if so, that's crazy. But anyway, I made fun of him. He would come in my chat and attempt to troll me, and I made fun of him once, and then he left forever. So he hasn't been back, but apparently he's still, looking up videos about me. I don't know, that's weird. But anyway, so No Justice, again, this is a 30-minute video, so again, God knows how long this video is going to be. God knows this video is probably going to be 69 minutes. Who the fuck knows? But I am wrong about cryptographic currency, and so I'd like to know why. So I'm gonna, again, this is 2 months ago, so but again, I didn't know. I had no idea. There's only 70 views. So everyone, if you would like to leave a comment Now again, don't be mean. Don't, obviously, I hope no one would be mean, but I'm just saying, if you want to leave a comment, what your opinion is on their thing or whatever, or say that I responded, or, do your whole thing. Anyway, let's go in. So I'm wrong, and I love to know when I'm wrong, because I'm always wrong. I'm usually wrong on everything. But anyway, let's watch.
No one's criticizing individual crypto people for getting into crypto. The whole point of
just a pet peeve. I hate when videos have music in them because it's hard to increase the playback. It's hard because it hurts my ears a little bit, but okay.
Criticism is that it's a structural critique of the thing itself. The way in which capitalism is structured, where people are just desperately trying to get out of the fucking 9-to-5 misery grindfest. They're going to be the people who are going to be most susceptible to being pulled in by a crypto scam. If you just hold the bag on the monkey picture receipt, you might end up being able to escape the rat race as well. What if you agree?
So, this is like a trailer. I don't know what's going on here. I don't do this, but this is like a trailer for the video response. At the beginning of the video response, I think it's like a way to entice people to watch more of the thing. I don't know, but it's I find it funny that it's a trailer. It's not like a separate video, but it is a trailer for the video at the start of the video that is also uploaded. I can watch the video, but instead I'm starting 30 seconds in, but I'm watching a trailer of what I'm about. I'm just saying it's interesting. It's like a coming up soon. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's an interesting technique, but I don't do that. But anyway.
With the criticisms, then all you're doing is a two quo fallacy. It's well, if you hate crypto, why don't you hate fast food? I'm just whatever.
Okay, so oftentimes when I talk about cryptocurrency, I do talk about fast food because, again, in my opinion, when you're making an argument about things on a moral basis, right, I think it's important to bring up other things that are interesting to talk about morality, right? So again, if you think it is morally reprehensible, and let me know if the video is loud enough, by the way, if you think it's morally reprehensible to be involved in cryptocurrency and you don't think it's morally reprehensible that fast food exists, I think that is a weird position, and I think you're wrong and stupid. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I personally, if we're going to be attacking people on their morals, right? It might, cryptocurrency is near the bottom of the list. I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck what, kind of money you have. I don't care, what kind of, ways you make money. Unless you're, making money, by killing people, being a police officer, right? I'm more concerned with many other things. So, again, but, this is I'm responding to I'll wait until, I guess, the trailer is over, and then I'll wait to respond in depth when the trailer's over, but in the real video.
Okay, so that doesn't negate my critique.
But let me know if the audio, I'm going to bump the audio up a little bit.
Of cryptocurrency. What you're doing is you're angry with people being hypocritical, rather than them being angry with the specific fact that they hate crypto.
So again, I both think that hating crypto is stupid and that hypocrisy is stupid. I think both of those things at the same time. Now again, we can agree on critiques of things, right? But also ultimately use something people might critique the fact that they eat meat, but still eat meat, right? So I'm not necessarily saying, right? It's just that the idea but anyway, I'll wait until I'm responding to the trailer again. I'm really high. All right.
Unfortunately, she was posting cringe on the timeline, saying that cryptocurrency was good, or not good, but not bad, and
Okay, so that's a very important distinction that's being made. So anyway, I was posting cringe, as I often do. I like to post cringe. I often post cringe. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes on accident, every once in a while. But I think, the important part about this, and the distinction was made at the very beginning, is that my problem with the crypto haters is that ultimately it boils down to, in my estimation, and we'll see if this is a longer, and I'm willing, if NoJusticeMTG wants to come on my show and we can have a live dialogue, also, that's fine. I'm willing to do that. I would have done that if she would have asked me to. But I didn't know that this happened. So anyway, what was I saying? I don't remember. I was saying something, and I'm sure it was profound, but I'm high and I have short-term memory loss. So I'm gonna put this back on.
It's just as bad as fast food. And you criticize people for having fast food. Why would you criticize people for engaging in cryptocurrency? I'm just this is such a
right. It boils down to you don't hate something as much as I hate something, therefore you're bad and cringe. Right? Now, that's a gamer chair. I'm sitting in a camping chair. So we are not the same. I just want to say, where's my gaming chair? I'm sitting in a busted ass camping chair. This is what I've been using for the last, I'm just saying, minor, but that is a good point. There is chair disparity here. Now, again, let's note, by the way, right, like, the bourgeois, like, pro gaming chair with a trailer at the start of the video streamer bashing crypto versus the pro crypto, obviously impoverished. Look, I have no wall. I'm sitting in a camping chair, right? Like, so I'm just saying, hey, whoa, I'm just saying, there's an obvious talking down to, no, I'm just joking. Anyway. Yeah, I think it's weird to get mad at people, that don't hate something as much as you do. I think country music is problematic. Are there good country songs? Absolutely. Are there good country artists? Absolutely. But I think for the most part, country music is problematic. Does that mean anyone who listens to country music is automatically bad or cringe for liking country music? No. I'm just saying, like, that's an example, that's an analogy, but also let's go on.
Like this comparison, I'm just going to lose my mind. But she's done a video. She may have elucidated further on her takes. We're going to respond to the video, and then maybe we'll...
I just want to say, I do a lot of marijuana. I am an avid drug user. I do not at all. This video is like a couple months old. I do not remember in any way, shape, or form what I said in this original video. I'm sure it was really intelligent. Highly intelligent. I'm sure it was a great video. I'm sure it was one of my best videos. But this is going to be like watching myself for the first time because I have no idea what I said. So I'm just saying.
She'll respond to my video and we'll do the whole video response thing.
So yes, I am responding to the video. A couple months later, maybe I was tagged about this and I just didn't see it because I'm a stupid dumb dummy face. But I did not see this. But I am here. So again, we're a little bit time machine, but
I mean, that was the main thrust of my argument, right? Is that, like, food has a purpose of serving a material need of humanity, which is...
I'm going to get back to this later. So fast food is my favorite analogy to use because I would like to once again remind everyone that 95% of Americans, now judging on her accent, it sounds like she's from the UK. I'm not sure. I think so. But 95% of I live in the United States, so it's 90, and I'm sure it's bad in the UK too. 95% of Americans do not eat fiber. On a daily basis, there's a recommended daily intake of fiber, and it's a range. 95% of Americans do not eat the minimum of that range. So it's not that they don't hit the middle point or the maximum of that range, right? 95% of Americans don't hit the minimum of that range. They are fiber-less, right? And that causes a lot of health problems. And one of the biggest reasons for that is processed food, fast food, etc. And so that's why I talk about fast food. Now, again, it's important to understand the distinction between food, right, and fast food. This is like a Mott and Bailey thing, right? Is that, yes, food... I don't remember which one's the good. I know the term Mott and Bailey, and I know what it means. I don't know what a Mott is or a Bailey is, so forgive me. I don't know which one's supposed to be which, but I know the term Mott and Bailey. So, okay. Anyway, this is a Mott and Bailey scenario. Yes, food serves a purpose. That's correct. Fast food does not. Fast food is poison, right? So again, when I criticize fast food, I'm not criticizing food. I'm criticizing fast food. It's like, okay, yes, if you are deprived of any and all oxygen, would consuming car exhaust that has leaded gasoline in it be better than not consuming that and not consuming anything? Yes, because there's at least some oxygen in there, right? I'm just saying, like, you'll live a little bit longer, right? Again, I need to be very clear. It's a Mott and Bailey, right? I criticize fast food. Now they're bringing up regular food in the purpose that regular food has. I'm not talking about regular food. I love food. Food is great. Fast food is a different thing. So I just want to say, being very clear with my perception on that. I don't know if I said that in the video. I don't remember what I said in this video that she is responding to, but I remember what I'm saying right now because I just said it. Actually, I don't. So anyway,
that we die if we do not eat, right? Obviously, there are more efficient, better, less harmful ways with which to serve food. I'm not going to say that there isn't, right? I'm not going to say that there isn't a worse way to do it, and I think that we can make arguments for placing regulations on fast food, restricting fast food intake, and moving our economy away from it in favour of, say, for example, more sustainable food practices, right? Some level of decommodification and needs-based production. I can 100% agree with that. But to try and kind of correlate these two makes no sense to me. Exactly.
The correlation is that fast food is poison. That's the correlation. When you eat fast food... Like, okay, like, yes, if you are literally starving, right, and you eat McDonald's, you will live longer. That is correct, right? But my point is that fast food does not serve a purpose. Food serves a purpose, and it's not like we would ban fast food and then not fill that void, right? And so it's like, I'm trying, like, this is like a multi-level argument here that I feel like people misinterpret for whatever reason, and they do the Mott and Bailey thing with food. But anyway, if it's not like let's ban all fast food tomorrow, which, by the way, I just want to say, if we're talking about the utopia world, I'm in favor of banning cryptocurrency. I'm in favor of banning all currency. I'm in favor of banning all money at all ever. I think money as a concept is stupid, okay? But that's my utopia world versus the real world. So, but if we're going into the utopia world, right, I would say if we banned fast food, we would fill that void with something else. Anyone who thinks the idea that fast food serves like a necessary purpose, in my opinion, that's some bootlicker shit. That's some, the corporate, it's like the Golden Arches are in Moscow now, so no country that has McDonald's could ever wage war on each other bullshit. Remember that? The Golden Arches will save the day. Like, this is some real, like, fantasy level, like the corporations are our overlords kind of stuff. And again, I don't think it's on purpose. I think it's completely subconscious. And I'm not trying to make any runaway criticisms. But that's the vibe I get, right? The idea that, without fast food, people would starve. What? Like, that's just, like, that's a made-up thing that will never, like, that doesn't exist. That's a stupid thing to postulate. And that's my opinion. It's just a stupid thing to postulate. But, okay, let's move on.
But anyway, that was what's happening on Twitter. Let's watch the video and see if any of these takes have been expanded upon when it is being made in video format. Let's go.
So I just want to say, I do not remember this video at all that I made. I don't remember it at all. So, this is going to be like watching a new video. This is going to be great. So that's me. That's my video. Yeah, I mean, my fundamental critique of anyone who criticizes... As you can see, I am rocking back and forth. Like I am often doing. I often rock back and forth. I can't tell what she's saying. All right, I'll turn it down. She speaks kind of fast, so I'll turn it down to 1x. But is this gonna? I'm only 2 minutes in. Okay. This is NFTs or cryptocurrency. Is that like the whole world is a scam, right? Like every aspect of society is a scam, right? Like
so. And by every sector of society, Andrea, do you mean capitalism? Because yes, I do agree, and the vast majority of things that we are criticising here are downwind from the existence of capitalism, and I think that is a reasonable critique to make, right? So, like, capitalism is a scam. But this is someone who, like, self-identifies as an anarcho-communist. Like, well, would the world be a scam if it was an anarcho-communist society? I don't know. Again, she would have to elucidate on such takes.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that means. Like, if I think the world is a scam as it is, and again, in the utopia world, I would prefer not to build a world that is based on scams, right? So if we're going to transition to my utopia and I'm allowed to write the rules, I would make the rules so that it's not a scam. So yes, that I would prefer us to not live in a scam world. But I don't quite know what that has to do with my political identifications. To me, I just feel like the focus on cryptocurrency is so missing the point. Like, it's just like everything people say about cryptocurrency applies to everything else that they do. You know, like, but like, you're not allowed to like think.
Well, except, not really. Like, because cryptocurrency is specifically being targeted because, again, the ratio of its utility to energy output is much worse than basically anything else at the moment right now. That's a first.
I disagree. Now, again, we're getting into this like weird, like, now, can you track the energy usage of video games globally? is that as easy to do as tracking all the blockchains or just tracking Bitcoin, which a lot of these things just track Bitcoin? And can you track all the empty office buildings that were like just idling in the pandemic, climate controlled office buildings with no one there? Can you track a lot of things in our society? Can we track, like, you know, traffic lights? Why do we even have traffic lights? Why do we have cars? Why is our society built around cars? Energy consumption, CO2 output of cars globally, significant, like all these things, in my opinion, are significantly worse than cryptocurrency by banning fast food. This is why I'm talking about fast food. Fast food is one of the biggest groups of like the biggest industries that props up factory farming in the meat industry. Right? The meat industry, if you were to get rid of like livestock and all the factory farming and all that shit all across the planet, the CO2 levels would drop so dramatically. Like, it's possible we could just do that, and like, you know, that would be a good, like, that it's like, again, like, these are huge. Like, and now again, is crypto energy usage a problem? Yes, it is a problem. And that is why my advocacy in the crypto space is to use blockchains that don't use that much energy. I think Bitcoin is garbage. I think Ethereum is garbage. I think these now again, I'm a little bit, my only coin that I kind of like is Litecoin because it's at least usable. But for the most part, I like to use other blockchains that are not energy intensive. So again, I agree with the critique of energy waste, but the idea, right, that we're not talking about cars and everything that we need to uphold the system of cars, like traffic lights, like street lights, right? And like, you know, fucking gasoline and all that stuff, and or empty office buildings or empty buildings in general, like hotels, like, you know, all this wasted power. There is so much inefficiency, right, in this world. I think the focus on cryptocurrency is just silly. And again, I agree with a lot of the critiques, but there's also this moral grandstanding that is so, like, the idea that if you use cryptocurrency that you're evil, right, or that you're bad. Because just by saying cryptocurrency is not evil, I get people, like, again, making 30-minute videos about me how I'm wrong, right? So, like, I don't know, that's weird. That's strange. Like, I don't know, that's a weird, I feel like this is, it's like, and I explained this, I was talking about this on the show I did yesterday, but I just think it's weird. I think the weird hyper fixation on cryptocurrency and the moral, like, posturing around it is weird. It's strange, and it's not healthy or normal. That's just my opinion.
Of all, the thing. The second of all is it further increases the marketization of things that currently are non-marketable and takes them out of the hands of a centralized agency that's able to regulate that against capital, moves that out of that sector.
So, okay, so the argument, to my understanding here, is that the state exists and can be regulated, right, and can theoretically be under control by the people. And so therefore a centralized agency is better than a decentralized agency where the rich people tend to have mostly everything. Now I want to say the rich people have everything everywhere. They've got the state, they've got the central agency, they've got the decentralized things, they got everything. The rich have everything. They got everything. So my opinion, now again, this is a reality versus utopia. If the state, now again, I'm in the United States, so there's a little bit different, right, in my perception of the state, so please understand that. My perception of the state, would I prefer it to be a democratic institution where we could actually regulate things on behalf of the people and that they would act? Yes, I would prefer that. I don't live there. That's not the world that I live in. That's my utopia land, or at least like my utopia version of like the modern world or whatever, right? But we don't live there. I don't live there. I'm not sure how it is in the UK. I know it's a little bit better there, but I mean, Boris Johnson's kind of a goofball. You know, the things I know about, not so good over there either, right? So my opinion is that the institutions we have right now are currently corrupt. They're corrupt to the core, especially in the United States. So in my opinion, if a state agency is going to regulate cryptocurrency, I have no faith that they're going to do so in a way that helps the poor. I have no faith that they're going to do so in the way that helps people that got scammed. I have no faith they're going to do anything like that at all. I have no faith in the government at all. And that's a reality. Now, I would prefer to have faith in the government. I just don't. That's my opinion. So I want to be very clear. That's my opinion, and on that specific subject, and that paints a lot of my perspective on cryptocurrency. To be honest, I am pro money laundering. I am pro tax evasion, as long as you're not a rich person. Now, again, if a poor person, which poor people typically pay higher tax rates than rich people, if a poor person can somehow find a way to avoid paying those taxes like rich people do, that's a good thing. I don't think that it's some moral duty to pay taxes in a game that is rigged against me. I don't at all. I think that that's dumb. I think if the rich are going to cheat, I'm going to try my best to cheat as well. So I just want to point that out. That's my opinion on that. I think if you can use cryptocurrency in a way to reduce your tax rate, fuck it, let's go. That's a good thing, and that's one of the reasons I like cryptocurrency and that I am involved in cryptocurrency. Now, again, to be clear, I don't have any NFTs. I think most NFT projects are garbage, but cryptocurrency, one of the reasons why I got into it in the first place is because I genuinely think if I can avoid paying taxes, and I'm not saying that I do avoid paying taxes. I'm not trying to say that. I haven't found all the loopholes yet because I don't have the massive sums of capital to get to that point. But if I could, hey, I'm just saying that would be cool. So I just want to say, that's the thing. Now, again, am I advocating to break the law? No, not at all. I'm talking about legal loopholes. I'm talking about using the law against itself. I'm not talking about, breaking any sort of laws here. But I'm just saying I don't have any faith in the government. I don't have any faith in the state. I have no faith in paying taxes. I would prefer to pay no taxes. And I'm going to try to reduce my effective tax rate as low as I can. Hopefully, I can have the same tax rate as Elon Musk. If I can get to that point, again, if you're a rich person, you have the power. If you're poor, you don't. So if I can get to the point where my tax rate is as low as Elon Musk's, I think that that's a win. And I personally think that cryptocurrency can help me there. But anyway.
Here, and it means that the centralization of that sector is then moved into people who do explicitly there to platform the whims of capital, right? Like, sure, governments exist, and governments within a bourgeois society, they control the way in which money, circulates throughout the economy. And I think that, there are good and bad bits to that. And one of the criticisms of bourgeois democracy from a Marxist perspective is that because the bourgeois hold so much power in society, governments will innately want to do that.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by this chat message. One NFT for God knows how much rainforest. Nah, I'm good considering how much NFT art is stolen as well. Like, there's two things here that just make no sense. Like, one NFT destroys the rainforest. Like, bro, what? That's not how it works. And also, NFT art is stolen. All art is stolen. Should we banish, like, canvases because someone can steal a canvas with art on it? Should we ban oil paints because someone can steal an oil painting? Like, I don't know, man. It's just like, are people that paint bad because someone could steal art? How do we know you painted that? How do we know? How do we know that you're the one who painted that? You could have stolen it. I don't know. It's just like, that's a weird argument. It's strange to me.
We want to benefit the capital markets, right? But it does not mean that in future we can then democratically elect a government that then does it in the interest of...
in the future, if the government were not as it is right now, my opinion would change. So again, one of the things, right, that I think about is how a lot of people want to simultaneously advocate for a utopia, but don't know how to, like, construct the line between how we live right now and the utopia that we want to strive for. Again, I want to ban money. I'm going to ban all currency. I think cryptocurrency ultimately is as useless as cars. I think cryptocurrency is ultimately as useless as guns, right? But again, I don't live in that society. I live in a society where cryptocurrency does have use. I live in a society where cryptocurrency can be used to benefit me, and so that's the society. Again, but I'm clearly distinguishing, and maybe I didn't previously. I'm not sure. Maybe people don't get that. But I think people really don't know how to distinguish between advocating for something in the moment and advocating for some abstract utopian theoretical point of view. Yes, I agree. Let's abolish capitalism. Let's abolish money. Let's abolish cryptocurrency. Let's abolish things like fast food cars, empty office buildings. Let's abolish a lot of other things, right? Guns, right? Get rid of them. We don't need them. But again, I just I don't know if that line is being picked up here. In the time being, we don't live in that world, so I have a different opinion on reality as we live, as things I can say that I would do in the next week versus things that I would like to do in the Minecraft server where I pretend that we're living in the utopia.
Workers at the end point, and I think that's from a socialist perspective. That was where I believe that the centralization under a government has more net utility than centralization under capital powers, because then it is by definition, it's by default gonna only be there to.
I don't know quite what the capital powers means. And again, I'm a little high, so I'm sorry if I'm not, but I'm open to talking to NoJusticeMTG, which I assume is not Marjorie Taylor Greene, but Magic the Gathering. I'd like to have a real-time conversation, but again, I'm only 4 minutes in.
Serve the whims of capital rather than by circumstance within bourgeois democracy, right? That's my general point with regards to that.
Someone's a bad person if they eat fast food, right? Like, if they eat enriched white bread, you can't think they're a bad person. If they eat meat.
No one's criticizing individual crypto people for getting into crypto.
That's not true. I mean, I'm just saying that's not true. I mean, let's look at this video as one example. Now, again, I am criticized for being an individual being. This video's existence is criticizing an individual who is involved in cryptocurrency for not hating cryptocurrency as much as everyone else. I just want to say, I don't know. That's what this entire video's existence is. Now, again, also, being involved in the crypto space, I know queer people that are involved in the crypto space. A small community in crypto and a small community in general. And queer people involved in cryptocurrency, my God, they get it fucking rough. Right? Now, again, I don't do any technology. I just own and do trading, right? So I'm not building project. I'm not doing any of that stupid shit, right? I'm not saying it's stupid, but there are a lot of people who are queer that do. And whenever they post on Twitter, right, they get all the neo-Nazis that hate them because they're queer. They get all the right-wing libertarians in crypto that think they're stupid because they're queer. And then they get these so-called lefties that go on moral crusades against them. I don't know, man. Maybe you're not seeing it because you just don't see these people. But I know a lot of people involved in the cryptocurrency space, right, that have nothing but support everywhere else but the left. Their post will be retweeted by some left-wing YouTuber, right? And all of a sudden they've got 3,000 comments saying you're destroying the environment, you're evil. Meanwhile, their NFT project is built on Solana or something, which is not climate destroying. It's as bad as I don't know, a video game server or something, right? It's not that bad at all, right? So you got thousands of people just not knowing what the fuck they're talking about and harassing the fuck out of people to the point where people are deleting their accounts. People are quitting Twitter and this is a problem. Right now, again, if you don't know about that, that's fine. But yes, people have been for the last year or so harassing literally everyone who's involved with NFTs, even queer people involved with NFTs, even NFT projects that don't do things on Ethereum, which is the main criticism because people learn about NFTs and they think all of them are built on Ethereum because they're stupid. So I just want to say, yes, that happens. So to say that doesn't happen is just wrong. Now, if you want to say it's not that bad of a problem, that queer people in the NFT community or crypto community are harassed by the thousands from so-called left-wing streamers and left-wing streamers communities. If you want to say that's not a problem, or it may be a problem, but it's so small and it doesn't matter, okay, maybe. But to say it doesn't exist, I mean, it's just wrong. So, I mean, I would like to educate you more if possible, or, but it's just, that's a wrong statement.
So, the whole point of the criticism is that it's a structural critique of the thing itself, in saying that fast food, for example, we take the fast food analogy further. Fast food is bad.
So again, I thought I was having some sort of a shroom flashback, but no, this is the part from the trailer. I was like, whoa. No, this is the part from the trailer. Okay, so this was in the trailer. This was coming soon. Now I could have seen this, 30 minutes prior if we didn't have to go through the trailer, but
in saying that fast food, for example, we take the fast food analogy further. Fast food is bad because It is pushed on us by corporations who engage in practices that have net negative utility. It's not because the people who decide to buy fast food are bad, in the same way that people who get engaged in crypto aren't inherently bad people or whatever. They're not doing.
So I agree. So it seems we agree on this. I agree, yes. But also, just because you're not going out there and harassing people for being involved in NFTs doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
Not necessarily even doing a bad thing by engaging the crypto space per se, but the whole ecosystem of cryptocurrency as it exists is there to create markets where there were none, where previously things were demarketized and now become marketized. They become like.
What was demarketized and then marketized after NFTs or cryptocurrency? Like, I'm just saying, what is that? Like, art didn't have a market? What? What is it? Art doesn't have a market? Like, what was, like, currency? There's no markets for exchanging currency? Like, what didn't have a market, and now cryptocurrency exists, and now these things have markets? Did video games not have markets before cryptocurrency? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
Like an indelible ink on the blockchain that can't be removed, whilst also putting the power of that into unscrupulous organizations that hold no public accountability.
You're not allowed to think that they're a bad person, right? But if someone likes crypto, you're allowed to. Real, and as I've told you countless times, you're too online. You bring up hate from Twitter here. No one critiques crypto from these points of view. I disagree that is irrelevant. I think people being harassed by legions of thousands of people is a problem. When it comes to neo-Nazis, now I'm not saying lefties are like neo-Nazis, right? But when it comes to neo-Nazis harassing trans people online, I think that that's a problem. I deal with that every day, right? If you think that when people harass me on a daily basis that that's not a problem, I mean, okay, I don't know, like, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to, project that argument onto you, but I say it is an important factor because this is how people engage in the culture, right? There's the theoretical critique, and then there is how people engage in actual real-world culture in regards to their theoretical critiques, right? So it's like when we debate whether or not Medicare for all is a better strategy of healthcare than, predatory health insurance industries in the United States, right? We are engaging in debate, not like there's a theory debate, but then there's also how we communicate that to other people that disagree. Like when I was campaigning for Bernie Sanders, I would have to engage in good faith, positive, constructive debate with people on the fly on how to sell them on things like Medicare for all and how to vote for Bernie and why they should vote for Bernie in the primary, right? That's different from a theoretical debate on again, there's so I'm just saying, I think that the cultural conversation is important. I think that the theoretical conversation is important, and I view both of them as important. Right, so again, if we want to talk just purely theoretical, okay, but also we need to understand the tweet that this is originally referencing is regarding the cultural conversation, right? So this video, at the beginning, she says, oh, she posted cringe on Twitter. That was in response to the cultural conversation going on around NFTs. Now, people communicate in real time in the world we live in, and then I made the video about that. And so that's what she is responding to. Right, so I just want to say, that's why I think it's important. You're telling me that lefties are attacking LGBTQ people and crypto NFT for the same reasons. No, not for the same reasons. I'm saying that when thousands of people are harassing someone for any reason, I want to know why. And if it's thousands of people harassing someone because they were the Secretary of State, and were responsible for millions of people dying, I'm in, right? If it's people saying that you're evil because you're destroying the environment, I'm out. I'm just saying, because that argument, you can make that argument against anyone. You can make that argument against Twitter, anyone that uses Twitter. You can make that argument against anyone that's ever driven a car. You can make that argument against anyone. If you have ever if you've exhaled, you're producing CO2, right? So again, no, are they the same things? No, I'm just saying that harassment does happen. And that I want to know why harassment happens, and I want to judge it on a case-by-case basis. If someone is a fucking rapist, and they're saying, rapist lives matter, and they're getting harassed by people, not necessarily that problematic. I don't, okay, go for it. If someone is a mass murderer, and they're being, if they're a politician that supports bad, policies like, genocide or gas chambers, right? I'd say probably harassment in that case is warranted. But people really, again, in the cultural battlefield of ideas, right? People will, I get it. I don't even do NFT projects. And I get hundreds of people I've gotten, like, call me a stupid bitch, call me, like, and I'm just saying, is it an outlier? Maybe it's possible. But, I think they're a bad person. To me,
no one's, like, Andrea, that's such a straw man of the vast majority of leftist positions that critique crypto.
I disagree. I mean, you can look at the chat here, right? And there's, like, some really cringe comments, You look at the comment section, right? And there's, like, she is loving a comment from, like, an alt-right troll who's, like, trashing my IQ or whatever and saying I'm a high school dropout, which is true, by the way. So I'm just saying, the idea that nobody is doing that, that's just wrong. But again, like, streamers, there's the streamers and how streamers communicate, right? That is a class of people. Let's look at this. I've got 40 viewers right now. This video has 72 views. I don't know how many viewers she has on average, right? But this video has 72 views. Viewers see streamers interact, and then the viewers will interact with each other sometimes, right? And then sometimes the way that people interact matters, in my opinion. I don't want people in my stream to go around harassing people for things that I deem as silly, right? So but there are people that watch other streamers that will come into my chat, call me a douchebag, or, go on my Twitter page and harass me, or look, and I'm just saying, I think that matters. I think that the way people engage on a cultural level, just regular people, I think that matters. I view myself as not just a streamer, but I view myself as a participant in cultural conversations. I'm not just talking about theory. I'm not just talking about theoretical this and that, because ultimately I agree, let's ban currency. But again, I do think it matters, and I think the idea, if you paint all NFT projects as scams, and anyone who ever uses them as a scammer, and they're all destroying the environment, then your viewers might think, oh, these people are bad. They're just as bad as, like, people that don't like Medicare for all, even though that actually kills people, or people that support war that actually kills people, right? Again, so if you just spam negative content all the time about certain things, viewers might get the perception that these are bad people, and that leads to a lot of bad things. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. And that's my critique, because I'm on the receiving end of that a lot. So I'm just saying.
That's not the critique we're making. We think that the whole blockchain thing is bad. Like, overall, the collective action.
So first of all, there's a difference between blockchain and cryptocurrency. Blockchain is just, like, technology that is just based on cryptography. Like, I don't know, like, what argument is there against blockchains? I don't really think there's a good one. Because you're not talking about blockchain. You're talking about cryptocurrency and markets. You're talking about the capitalization of cryptocurrency and how that functions. You're not talking about blockchain. None of this critique has anything to do with blockchain. So the idea that she's mentioning blockchain when she's not going to critique blockchain, I think that's weird. I think that's weird. On a separate note, can we give some support for trans streamer Keffels, who was under assault from Destiny and his hordes of transphobic fans who are attempting to ruin her life? I saw a little bit of that yesterday. Now, again, I was very much so on a lot of mushrooms yesterday, so I did not, I was not plugged in, but I did see a little bit of that, like, last night and this morning. And that's exactly what I'm kind of talking about. Like, Destiny will do all of his coverage about how, oh, I support trans people, but these guys are a little crazy. And then, like, every day, it's these guys, these are the bad transes, and that group grows and grows and grows. And then that audience is primed to think these people are stupid or evil and dumb, or they don't know basic facts. And then they act on that impulse. And that's horrible. I think Destiny's a terrible motherfucker. He's garbage. He's fucking garbage, man. I hate that guy, right? But, like, in the same way that I would criticize Destiny and how he engages in issues, right? I criticize people and how they engage in a lot of issues. I would not mind if people in my audience were, if someone sent me a screenshot of someone in my audience harassing someone who's a Nazi and saying, like, you're a piece of shit. I would not mind. But if someone in my audience started harassing someone for using cryptocurrency or something like that, or just, like, or liking country music, or, like, let's say, like, for me, I really like Mega Man X6. I think it's the best Mega Man game. So if someone made a review of Mega Man X6, right, and then someone in my audience went to that review of Mega Man X6 and said, you're a piece of shit, don't you even, like, you're just bad at video games, why do you, like, I would feel embarrassed, you know, on that subject. Because I view using cryptocurrency and using blockchain stuff in the same level as video games and the same level as trading cards, sports betting. Like, do you think someone is contributing to a structure of evil when they bet on sports? I think gambling is cool. Personally, I'm a gambler. I know poor people are disproportionately, into gambling. I'm very poor. I like gambling. I'm just saying. I like cryptocurrency because it's like gambling. I like gambling because it's just fun. It's exciting. Yes, theoretically, could I become rich? Maybe. But really, I'm just after the fucking, like, day-to-day, like, maybe, maybe I'll win. Really, it's not about, like, even if you win a little bit, it's still, like, again, gambling is fun, it's addictive, and it's cool. Would I recommend you get into gambling? No. But me, personally, I think gambling is fun. I'm just saying.
Of people who engage in cryptocurrency mining and cryptocurrency trading and the formations of DAOs and the minting of NFTs and all that kind of stuff. If someone individually steals somebody's artwork to use an NFT, I would call that action a bad action, right?
So stealing artwork is as bad as trading a cryptocurrency. No. This is dumb. This is dumb. Why is that lumped into the same category? What? And also, how do you individually use cryptocurrency without trading it? What? Like, did I hear that right? Or am I stupid or what?
Trading and the formations of collective action of people who engage in cryptocurrency mining and cryptocurrency trading and the formations of DAOs and the minting of NFTs and all that kind of stuff. If someone
minting an NFT, that's not a collective. Individuals mint NFTs. So how does a collective action? That's like a collective action of people taking showers in their own bathrooms. Like, I don't know. That's a weird argument, man. I don't know. That's a bad argument.
Actually steals somebody's artwork to use an NFT.
Trading on a market is not as bad as stealing. Like, I don't know why that's in the same category.
Call that action a bad action, right? I'm not trying to morally impugn the actors in the system. I'm trying to critique the system as a whole.
It's just weird. It's strange. Okay. And it's also like, you can't, yes, there's a lot of scams in crypto. There's a lot of scams. There's a lot of scammers, right? We live in a dystopian hellscape, late stage capitalism. There's a lot of fucking scammers everywhere. There's people selling literally,
Then stop giving them a much easier way with which to scam people.
Email. Do you know how many fucking boomers in my goddamn family have called me in the middle of the goddamn night because they clicked on a fucking phishing link in email? Does that mean anyone that uses email is bad because you might get scammed? I don't know, man. Does that mean using email is bad? Well, not anyone on an individual moral level is bad, but anyone that using email is a bad action because some people will get scammed. See, this is my problem, right? Now, you can accuse me of whataboutism. Oh, email has a function. NFTs have a function. Cryptocurrency has a function. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it doesn't have a function. That's one of my problems too. Video games don't have a function. Oh, it's entertaining. So are cryptocurrencies. So are NFTs. I find gambling entertaining. That's one of the main reasons I like cryptocurrency. If you don't find it entertaining, that's fine. That's fine if you don't find it entertaining. That's cool. I don't find... again, I don't find modern video games with the ultra 8K super duper HD resolution, real life graphics, VR 2420 69. I don't find that entertaining. Does that mean I want to buy or ban or think that it's a bad action to play games on the highest settings? Because imagine the amount of fucking CO2 output from playing Crysis 3 or 4 or 5 or 10, whatever what you want on the maximum Uber settings, right? You could play on the lower settings. It's still a fun game. Why do you choose? I'm just saying. People have different ways of viewing things as entertaining. And the idea that I don't know, man. I just disagree. Ultimately I disagree that cryptocurrency is some unique evil. It's not. Email. I have had my fucking grandparents, my parents call me in the middle of the night. I clicked on a link. Now I can't access my account. What do I do? So using email is bad now.
Which has no oversight from the authorities. I understand you.
I don't, first of all, authorities, I don't respect authority. I don't trust authority. I don't care about authority. And also to say that there are no oversights, there is no oversight in NFTs or cryptocurrencies is just wrong. There's a lot of oversight. Now, could it be better? Yes. And I advocate for the improvement I advocate for the improvement in the direction that I want, right? Of going after rich people mostly, right? Right. But again, I don't like the idea that, oh, the state doesn't have access. Okay, that's good. That's a feature to me, right? Like, to me, that's a feature. The state can't, like, seize assets. That, you're selling me on cryptocurrency if that's how you're describing it.
Against authority because you're not a communist, right? But at least you can understand.
Okay, yes, she understands. I am against authority, that's true.
I understand you against authority because you're not a communist, right? But at least you can understand the utility of having a central organisation which is democratically representative, that is there to be able to protect people from these scams.
Yes, absolutely. I would advocate for that in the near term if that were more achievable than my utopian society, absolutely. But we don't live there right now. And so again, I'd like the theoretical argument, okay, but that's different from the right now argument.
Which the cryptocurrency blockchain literally cannot do. It's essentially a bunch of rogue capitalist...
First of all, blockchain absolutely can be democratically controlled. Oh, the rich. Like, yes, the rich are the problem. You can construct the blockchain. First of all, you can just make a new blockchain whenever you want. Like, it's not like, oh, the blockchain is controlled by the... Make a new blockchain. It's not that. Like, let's imagine a scenario where we make a blockchain. And let's say every single citizen in the country gets one like point in the blockchain, right? And they use that to vote, like, you know, like let's say they have like it's tied to their ID or whatever, like, you know, and they use it to vote on things, right? And then we can like, you know, have the data automatically register in such a way and everyone in the country could vote all at the same time. And like, you know, I'm just saying that would be, and it's good because then it's, you know, you can't like really cheat when it comes to voting. I'm just saying blockchain for voting, you know, you can use it, right? I'm just saying blockchain is not cryptocurrency. They're not the same thing. Blockchain is utilized in cryptocurrency, but it is an entirely separate, they're not like inextricably linked. Blockchain is technological structure of data. It's technology. Cryptocurrency is the interface for some of that technology with other things like markets and how people interface with that technology. You can use the technology for that. Like computers were first, like in a lot of ways, like the internet was designed for war. Does that mean the internet is always designed for war just because that was the primary interface for it and like, you know, when it was incepted? No.
Programmers who have the end-all be-all authority under no kind of democratic mandate with which to decide whether or not any kind of scam is legitimate or not.
This is like on a blockchain by blockchain basis, and this is also just not true. This is one of my problems with the cryptocurrency critics is that they just don't know what they're talking about. Like they talk about things in like a theoretical sense, and they know nothing about. Like there are different blockchains that are constructed differently. There are blockchains that have voting mechanisms. There are blockchains that will have like they will flag certain wallets, and they will like there are blockchains that do these things. Like Ethereum, like whether you like it or not, there's Ethereum and there's Ethereum Classic. Okay. Why are there two? Classic implies that the regular Ethereum is like a new version. Well, what happened was there was like a big problem. There was like a DAO disaster, like a project went wrong and a bunch of people's money got like stolen. So you know what the majority of the blockchain did? They decided to ban those wallets associated with that, return people's money, backdate the blockchain, and then start over. Now again, a lot of people don't like that because it kind of goes against the whole spirit of the blockchain again. But again, regardless of whether or not you agree with that decision was made many, many years ago. Like, wasn't that like 6 years ago, maybe? 5? I don't know when the Ether Classic fork was. But that's a thing that's existed. Many blockchains have done other things like that. I mean, I'm just saying, like, the idea that the blockchain is somehow immutably controlled by rich people, every blockchain in the world, is just wrong. It's just wrong. I don't know. It's not right. I'm only 7 minutes in. I gotta stop pausing.
You look at the DAO fork, that, you know, $17 million worth of Ethereum, or Ether, rather.
Okay, there you go.
Was kind of siphoned off the Ethereum blockchain because of
I wasted my time saying a bunch of stuff that she already knew, and I'm only 7 minutes in, and I'm determined to finish.
Was not coded properly or whatever. That scam that went on there, or the scam regarding like a rug pull NFT structure, there's no like legal recourse to this.
Wait, what? Well, first of all, legal recourse, that's recourse and legal recourse are different things. Second of all, there is legal recourse. People are going to jail for crypto scams all the time. It's in the news a lot. I'm just saying, I reported on a bunch, right? But also, like, this is an example of what you're advocating for. People have said, this is bad, let's revoke it. Let's remove it, let's restore people's money. I don't know. Like, this is not an example of what you're trying to... Now, but again, I actually know... And maybe, yes, if I want to sound accusatory that she doesn't really know the details of this, I am. I'm going to accuse her of not knowing the details. People's money were stolen, and then they backdated and got people's money back on the blockchain. Now, again, whether or not you agree with that decision because of the spirit of the... Right, a lot of crypto people, there's a reason Ether Classic still exists. That's the original technical blockchain, right? But that kind of, I don't know, man. That's a weird thing.
Because it's done on the blockchain, and because there can't be any oversight because of the way the system is set up from its own...
But there can be oversight. I'm just saying, their oversight does exist. It's like, oversight, rather, does exist. And yes, rich people control the oversight, but that's only with those specific... You can make other blockchains. You can copy and paste the data for the blockchain at any time and make a new one, and you can only give people like the node running software that you like. Blockchain is blockchain and cryptocurrency are not the same thing. I don't know why this is even...
Base premises. That's why we're critiquing it. Like, you're absolutely right. There are plenty of scams everywhere. I would systemically critique them too. But the reason why is that you can have the reason why the crypto isn't necessarily bad is because the blockchain is in the hands of the people who bought in earlier. The people.
I don't know what this means. The blockchain? That's a lot of people. Like, again, they just don't. They don't. I am plagued by actually knowing what blockchains are. The blockchain. There's not the blockchain. That's like saying, oh, the traffic light, the window. But there's like 8 windows. There's like, 17 trillion traffic. Oh, just go to the car. What car? I don't know. Like, there are multiple blockchains. There's not the blockchain. I don't know. It's just...
Who have the capital invested in those blockchains to begin with, the programmers who do the coding, etc., etc.
Again, you can copy... Like, one of the things about blockchain technology that I like is that a lot of it is open source. Right, you can copy and paste the code and make your own blockchain whenever you want. I'm just saying, like, you can use blockchain technology for good things, and that's possible. And yes, you can. I agree with the criticism of big. I don't use Bitcoin. I don't use Ethereum because I think that their structures are bad. I think that the people who own the share of the coins are bad. I think that the energy consumption is bad. So I agree. But I'm just saying I'm wrong. So I gotta respond. They're literally selling fake masks made out of printer paper, and then you open the box, and it's like it's not an N95 mask, it's a goddamn fucking piece of printer paper, right? There's scams everywhere. There's phishing scams in your email. There's scams fucking everywhere. So like, I don't know, this idea of like trying to like pretend that crypto is a scam, but fast food is not a scam, or coffee.
But again, like fast food, it serves your material needs of.
I would personally say entertainment is a material need. I think video games are cool. Movies are cool. I mean, hey, if you want to spend all day just eating and breathing and drinking and being under a hut, I mean, that's cool. But I think entertainment is material. I think that is a thing, right? That is valuable. And I think, again, they see value in cryptocurrency and it's entertaining to them. They enjoy getting involved with it. They enjoy coding on the blockchain. They enjoy collecting their coins. Whether or not you agree with it, I don't like Magic the Gathering. Does that mean I think that Magic the Gathering is a scam because the secondary market, is massively inflated by rich people hoarding old school booster boxes and big, like cards and stuff, and then that's why the Black Lotus is worth like $100,000 because it's like rich people basically putting all their money in that and then hoarding their money there and then kind of like pumping and dumping, and then wizards kind of secretly like giving their lists of what they're gonna reprint out to certain people so that they can like maybe sell off their what's going to be reprinted and then lose their value. And that, yeah, does that mean Magic the Gathering is a scam? No, because some people find it. I'm just saying like if you find it, entertainment is a value. It is a material need. But then again, there's the Mott and Bailey here of fast food versus food. Like, fast food does not serve a material need other than entertainment, in my opinion. It's on the same level as cryptocurrency. It's on the same level as movies or video games. It does not serve a need other than entertainment. Unless you are claiming that the corporate overlords of McDonald's are going to Yemen to give everyone Big Macs. If you want to link me to that story, I'd love to see it. But again, like I'm just saying, right? Like if we're going to criticize fast food, we're going to criticize it with the intent of food is a material need. Yes, you need food. But I would also say, honestly, I would say you need entertainment in some capacity, but it also is like a sub-level. I understand food is more important than entertainment for survival. Yes. That being said, fast food is entertainment. Food is not. Food is not fast food. They are not synonyms. Like, all rectangles are not squares, but all squares are rectangles. You know what I mean? So,
if you don't eat food, you will die. Like, you don't have to gamble on monkey pictures on the blockchain without dying, right? Like, sure, there are more efficient ways to consume food with which you can't die. I absolutely 100%, would never try to...
Again, this is a Mott and Bailey. This is a classic rhetorical strategy, and I'm not falling for it.
Disagree with that fact. Absolutely, and I think there are plenty of regulations we should be putting on fast food companies. But that doesn't make it really a scam in the same way that a crypto rug pull is a scam. Because at least...
Honestly, it sounds like, and I'm just saying, no justice, like, I want to engage in this dialogue further. But it sounds like you're getting scammed by the fast food industry. Like, if you think fast food is somehow like materially serving people that need it, right? You're getting scammed, big style, epic style. This is a massive scam. So, but let me explain the scam to you, right? Like, again, so 60s. There are a lot of food crises, right? Richard Nixon, when he was president, probably one of the worst presidents ever, Richard Nixon basically told his Secretary of Agriculture to basically just do whatever you can to solve people's food crises, right? So that people wouldn't riot because, the Controlled Substances Act, he was really hardcore. He's a fascist. He was trying to fucking crack down on the 1960s social movements. And then also there was food insecurity. So what they did is they came up with high fructose corn syrup, right? And then and then they also massively gave government subsidies to corn and other things. So that massively made meat cheaper, because how do we make meat? Well, we mass feed them grains and corns, and those are subsidized, right? And then, so the burgeoning processed food and fast food markets that started like really taking hold in the 40s and 50s, in the 60s they were, and then all of a sudden in the 70s they were like, oh shit, we're benefiting from this massive corn subsidies, right? Oh, now we can put high fructose corn syrup in everything for like no charge, and then they get people addicted, right? But then also they're at an advantage because like other restaurants they cannot take advantage of those subsidies because they're actually making healthier ingredients, and then they can lower their prices, which means that fast food actually became more accessible than regular food, healthy food, right? Which means that people were more likely to go to fast food, which means they can expand. I know I'm speaking really fast. Please bear with me. I'm high, right? So that means they can expand. They can get fast foods on every corner, and now all of a sudden there's 15 different fast food chains. They all make the same product, and they're all unhealthy for you, and then they just basically took over everything. Now you can't even go to a supermarket anymore. You can't even go to a regular restaurant to get anything affordable. Everything's like fucking super expensive at a restaurant or at a supermarket, but fast food is somehow still cheap. That's a scam. You got scammed. I'm sorry. You got scammed. You got scammed. I don't know. Like, if you think fast food is somehow on this level of like, oh, we need it. No, food. Yes, we need food. We do not need fast food. I am not talking about food when I'm talking about fast food. If I was talking about food, I would say food. But I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about fast food, okay? Fast food is entertainment. It's popcorn. It's filler. It's unnecessary. In the same way that cryptocurrency is unnecessary for human survival, but in its own way, valuable. Because I believe in freedom. If you want to eat fast food and you're not coerced into doing so, you should have the ability to do on that level. But as we are right now, fast food is scamming everyone in this country, and I'm sure it's, it's abroad, because what happens in the United States is seeping all over the fucking place, right? Again, Richard Nixon bans drugs. All of a sudden, half the fucking developed world starts banning drugs. Why? Oh, because the U.S. did it, and USA. So again, what we do has a ripple effect in this country, but I understand my perspective as an American. This is my historical, I know more about U.S. history than UK history, so I'm just saying.
Gained weight, or you've become like less well off because of all of the fast food you've consumed, at least you've managed to satiate your body with something. Whereas if you have, all of your money rug pulled under you because you've bought the wrong NFT token, or you've sent off your...
I mean, like this idea that the only time people can use cryptocurrency is getting scammed. Like, yes, people get scammed in everything. Like, I don't know, man. Like people get scammed all over the place for all kinds of reasons. And also, let's be honest, if someone is spending $300,000 on an NFT and they got scammed, fuck them. Fuck them. I think when the rich people get owned, I think that's fucking hilarious, bro. I think when rich people get scammed, that's awesome. In fact, you know what? I'm in favor of scamming rich people. I'm in favor of scamming rich people. So when you say things like, oh, someone got their Bored Ape rug pulled or whatever, I'm thinking, based. That's cool. Fuck the Bored Apes. Fuck the people that own them. Give me that shit. But also in the same way, yes, there are more crypto scams and they're more likely to happen than email, maybe, right? But also, like, do you know why every email inbox and every email service, right, has a spam filter built in? Why? Because spam is so... Like, go to your email and look at the spam box that's built in and does a decent job at filtering. Right? You're going to see a lot of shit. Yeah, you're getting those emails. You're just not seeing them because email has been developed and improved to such a point where the scams are no longer that big of a deal. Crypto is still in the early stages. So yes, it is more, you are more likely to be scammed in the same sense that you are likely to be scammed more in, like, you know, in the late 90s or early 2000s when email was like a lot of people were logging on, a lot of people were getting on computers and there was really no spam regulation, right? So I'm just saying, like things improve. Things are like, so I don't know, man. I just think it's weird.
Ethereum, you're wrapped Ethereum to the wrong contract and it's been lost into the fucking blockchain forever. Like, that's a different scam. Like, it's a casino. It's a gambling casino.
I mean, first of all, like, the casino aspect of the market price, it's not the getting scammed is not part of the casino. And if you make a mistake, people make mistakes. Like, in my opinion, if you are getting involved with cryptocurrency and you don't know, like how to secure your wallet and you don't know not to click weird links, you're dumb and you deserve it. That's my opinion. I'm sorry. In the same way that if someone, you know, buys like overpriced garbage that they think that, like, you know, like some stupid brand and that's, you know, it tears apart in like 3 months, but they spend too much money on it and they got scammed. Honestly, I mean, like, I'm just saying you should look into the things you're going to put money into. I'm just saying, I'm not like, people get scammed everywhere all the time. Like, yes, is it bad when they get scammed? Maybe, sure. But if you are, like, again, you don't need to put money into NFTs. You don't need to put money into cryptocurrency. Right? And if you don't do your research and you get scammed, like, that's why people say don't put more money in than you're afraid to lose. That's why people say that with the stock market. I'm not going to put money into things that I don't research. That's just, and if you do, I think that getting scammed, honestly, might be a net benefit. Let's say you get scammed and then a little bit, and then, like, I don't know, you learn about how to avoid getting scammed and you never get scammed again. I don't know. Let's be real here. Like, what happens when someone gets scammed? They hopefully learn from the lesson and don't get scammed again. I used to get scammed when I was a fucking teenager playing around on the internet. I got scammed a couple times with my little, like, money that I had, you know. But then guess what? I learned from that and I haven't gotten scammed in a long time. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe getting scammed isn't the worst thing in the world. Maybe this, like, getting scammed isn't like, oh, it's all a scam. We should all learn from our mistakes. We should all be constantly improving. That's just my opinion. Like, I don't know. And if someone gets scammed out of, like, $500,000, they're probably a rich person, and I don't, honestly, fuck them.
Casino, based on, like, code, right? That's all really the cryptocurrency blockchain is. It's just, you know, a code casino.
That's not true. If you're gonna make no, again, that's not how blockchain is. That's not. The markets are the casino. The markets are where the price goes up and down. That's the market. That is the cryptocurrency market. The blockchain, there is no casino in the blockchain. That doesn't make any sense. How does that make any sense? What part of the blockchain is a casino? If you type in the wrong number, that's not a casino. You made a mistake. That's human error. That's not a casino. A casino is gambling. A casino is you don't know the outcome. If I try to open up my phone and I put the wrong pin in, is that, oh, the phone's a casino. I gambled and I lost and my phone won't open. My phone's got, like, you know, if you put in the wrong password 5 times, let's say I'm really high and I put it in 4 times and wrong, and I'm on the 5th attempt or whatever. right? Is that a casino? No, it's human error. And yes, sometimes people make mistakes, right? And that's, you know, and that you, but to say it's a casino is just wrong. That's just wrong. That's factually incorrect. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Any comparison.
And I'm really sorry that I'm making this so long, and I am really high, and I have a problem with talking too much. So
to make it to the gambling industry, which also fucking sucks and should be would make the exact same critique that I would blockchain, except blockchain is even worse because it's not billed as some kind of game or just some kind of, you know, illusory pastime, which you know.
But it is. And also, I don't like. Are we criticizing like how people advertise things? Because maybe because I'm involved in the cryptocurrency space and I know what things mean, I'm not like hyper fixating on what like some stupid libertarian is saying or what Elon Musk is saying. Maybe. I don't know. But like also every time I've ever read anything about cryptocurrency that's trying to sell it, I mean, like as like something to get interested in, is like, yes, it is, like people get interested in the same way that, like, yes, I also buy and sell stocks. So when I buy a stock or sell a stock, you know what I do? I look into the company, and that's entertaining to me. Looking into companies, you know, seeing what they do, seeing and all that, learning about that, that's entertaining to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucked up. Maybe I'm stupid. I find that entertaining. Am I not allowed to find that entertaining? Maybe I should read a book. Maybe I should do that more if it's possible, right? But I personally find reading about companies and what they do and seeing if I want to put my, like, you know, $10 into their stock or whatever, I find that to be entertaining in the same way that I find trading cryptocurrencies to be entertaining because I like gambling. Trading is gambling, and I like gambling. And I find reading about like other kinds of cryptocurrencies, I find that entertaining because I like to know what to gamble on, and I like to know like where people come up with this stuff and what kind of things they do different. It's just, I don't know. I find that entertaining, but I'm not allowed to, I guess. I don't know.
Casinos like explicitly market themselves as come play the game, whereas crypto is being marketed by these people as some kind of revolutionary way of decentralizing authority away from central banking, which I think is like
it's a yes and scenario. Like people will talk about the list of positive things, and it's yes and, right? Like yes, people advertise this as markets and like I do, like a lot of people do that I see. I've seen a lot of people say it. And again, people say the same thing about the stock market. You can get rich, you know, if you were to like get on the GameStop bullshit in like fucking 2020, you'd also be rich. I'm just saying, right? Like people market these things in all kinds of different ways. People see all kinds of different marketing. There is no central authority marketing cryptocurrency. There is no one central message that is sending out the torch of how to get, like, I don't know, maybe you see different things. Yes, there are people that will say cryptocurrency is revolutionary to get away from authority. And in a way, it can be, right? But it's a yes and, right? It's a nuanced conversation. There is a lot about cryptocurrency that is anti-authority, and that, in my opinion, a lot of it's good, a lot of it's bad, right? But again, authority just means people that have power over me. Rich people have power over me in a lot of ways, right? And so in a lot of ways, cryptocurrency is bad and when being anti-authority, right? But also when it comes to state, which the state has other kinds of unique monopolized versions of power, like they can put me in steel cages, for example, right? So I'm just saying, right? Like it's you make a calculation, but it's a yes and scenario. People market this in all kinds of different ways. Like, I don't know.
Net negative utility overall.
Like, who determines what's a net negative utility? I think playing new video games on super AAA fucking 420 69 graphics is net negativity. I think driving cars is net negative. I don't know, man. The stores are not a scam. I don't know. To me, it's just it's a hyperfixation that people have. And they also take this moral grandstanding that I despise. Oh, the environment! You know, like fucking scrolling on Twitter all day does more harm to the environment than anyone like trading fucking like meme coins. Like, I'm sorry, you're just...
That's just like...
Wrong.
Like intellectually wrong.
No, wrong. Now again, we can bring up studies, we can bring up sources. Trading meme coins... Now again, I am plagued. Ugh! It hurts to be me. Plagued by knowledge. I trade meme coins. Most trading is done on a centralized exchange. Most trading of cryptocurrency, but when I mean most, I mean like 99% is done on centralized exchanges. What that means is it's not the blockchain is not transacting anything. The blockchain is doing nothing at all. These centralized exchanges are all built in the same way stuff like Twitter is built, where they use like certain it's not, they're not using the blockchain. Okay? I'm just saying, they're not using the blockchain. Most trading is done on centralized exchanges. So when you're trading meme coins, you are not transacting on the blockchain. It is not the same as a blockchain transaction. Most people put all their money on crypto on a centralized exchange. I have problems with that. I think you should put it off exchange. Okay. But again, like, I am plagued by knowledge here. Mining does use a lot of power, and that is a problem. And it's also being improved in a lot of coins. And again, I don't advocate for Bitcoin. I don't advocate for Ethereum. Most cryptocurrencies don't use the same technology that Bitcoin or Ethereum do. And that's why when I say most, I mean most. Meme coins, a lot of meme coins like built on Solana, built on like, there's like, some meme coins on Hive that is, like there's a lot of other blockchains that are super good for the environment that, are literally just like using Twitter. So I'm plagued by knowledge. Now, if you want to talk about Bitcoin, yes, you're right. Bitcoin is bad. But most trading is not done on it's not like someone's like, posting up on the IRC, like, hey, send Bitcoin to this address and I'll send it back. I'll send this to your Ether address. That's not how trading works. Most of 99% of trading is done on centralized exchanges, which act just like Twitter does, just like YouTube does. Every time you send a tweet or do a Google search, it's the same amount of information being processed. I'm just saying.
That's just completely wrong. Like, the Twitter servers will continue, using energy regardless of whether I log on to the Bird app or not. Right?
Hey. So will crypto exchanges. Sometimes I take a couple weeks off, right? I don't like to trade all the time. Sometimes I'll take a couple weeks off. Guess what? Somehow the price has changed in between me logging off and logging back onto my trading websites. Somehow the price has changed. Whoa!
That's how servers work. Whereas with a blockchain, if you it will not use the energy unless you want it to use the computational energy to be able to mine the cryptocurrency in the first place. Or
you don't have to mine cryptocurrency to use cryptocurrency. That's to equate mining with individuals just like trading or transacting or even just trading on a centralized exchange. It's just, that's not the same thing. These are different things that have different criticisms.
To be able to have the gas or to be able to make the transaction. That's why the blockchain is so environmentally damaging.
And again, the blockchain, like there's only one in the world. Again, this is just wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. And again, I'd love to have a real-time conversation and hopefully this will come out of this. And I'm not even halfway, I'm a third through. Oh my God, please, I'm plagued by wanting to talk too much.
Ridiculous comparison. Like, you're going to make the comparison to fast food or whatever, where, we slaughter loads of animals every year with which to be able to prepare not just fast food, but all meat products, all dairy products are from this ongoing conveyor belt of exploited animals over and over again. A large portion of which probably just ends up in the trash, right? In fucking landfill. That'd be a better comparison, because the continual mechanisms of capital have to continue churning that in the desire for infinite growth, because that's what neoliberal capitalism demands. Right? That'd be a better comparison to make in this situation. And even then it's not as good, because food actually fucking, you have to eat.
Again, fast food and food are not the same thing. But also, I think, again, if you want to make the argument that mining is, and again, I advocate to improve it, I advocate to regulate, I don't know, again, the video is titled I'm wrong about crypto, but it's not really telling me I'm wrong, it's just describing really their criticisms, and we're kind of talking past each other. So if we want to, do a real time, that'd be cool. But to claim mining and trading on a centralized exchange are the same thing, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. It's factually, and as she said, intellectually incorrect. Which, that's a good phrase, and I'm gonna put that in my speech, because I like that. What? Help. I pressed the space bar.
You don't have to buy the fucking monkey picture. The receipt for them.
And again, all NFTs are monkey pictures. There's not just one blockchain, there's not just one NFT. Again, it's just, you don't know what you're talking about. And that's fine. I don't know, there's a big debate about nuclear power when it comes to green energy and renewable energy. I'm going to be honest, I haven't done the research. I don't know about nuclear power. A lot of people I really respect say it's the only way to go and to solve the climate crisis. A lot of people I respect say, don't fucking do it. It's going to be a problem, trust me. And I haven't done the research. But you know what I'm going to say? I don't know. I'm not just going to reflexively pick a side and then make a bunch of talking points that I haven't in-depth researched. I don't know, I'm just saying.
The monkey picture even. Yeah, exactly, Reeve, exactly.
Ooh. Literally not even true. Even non-animal products have slave labor. That's also true. Doesn't mean we shouldn't care about it. I don't know what this means.
She's right in saying that it is turtles all the way down. And I would absolutely agree with her that,
It's
you can make similar criticisms of other exploitative industries that you can of cryptocurrency. But it is the explicit marketization, like the inherent level to which, things that should not be marketized become hyper-marketized by crypto.
What? Art? Like, again, art was never marketized. What is this new market? Like, there are new markets because there's new markets being produced every day. Like, I don't know, what is this? What thing has never had a market before that all of a sudden cryptocurrency produced a market for? Because if you're talking about art, sorry, I hate to burst your bubble, art's had markets before. Like, if we're talking, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just wrong. That's just, like, a stupid argument. It's just, stocks existed. Like, it's not like there wasn't stock markets before fucking crypto came along. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know.
So, without the oversight of, some kind of democratic elected body to be able to regulate that. Like, the reason why casinos can exist is because they're heavily regulated, and crypto just fucking isn't. And because of
Crypto is heavily regulated. I don't know what this... Like, again, plagued by knowledge. I've been in crypto spaces for 5 years, 6 years. It is compared to, like, 6 years ago, crypto is heavily regulated. Joe Biden's signing executive fucking orders on that shit. Like, I mean, like, like the fucking, like, there's governments getting involved in lawsuits over crypto. Cryptocurrency is heavily regulated. Now, again, you can advocate for further regulations or different regulations, and I may or may not agree depending on which ones we're talking about, right? But again, to say it's completely unregulated is just wrong. It's wrong. It is factually, it is intellectually incorrect. And I genuinely like that phrase. I'm not saying it in a mockery sense. I think it's a good phrase.
The way in which capitalism is structured, where people are just desperately trying to get out of the fucking 9-to-5 misery grindfest, they're going to be the people who are going to be most susceptible to being pulled in by a crypto scam that says, look, if you just hold the bag on the monkey picture.
People are susceptible to crypto scams. People that are susceptible to scams might be susceptible to crypto scams. Huh. Whoa. And again, the monkey picture. Do you know what the cheapest NFT is in the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection? It's like fucking $500,000. If someone's getting scammed into throwing $500,000 away, again, boo fucking who? That's more money than I've ever had or spent and ever made in my entire lifetime, combined, like times 5, 10, whatever. If someone lost that much money on a fucking Bored Ape because they're stupid, fuck them. I'm just saying, I don't know.
You might end up being able to escape the rat race as well. Like, there's a specific criticism.
No one is buying a Bored Ape to escape the rat race. I'm sorry.
That we have, based on the way in which the blockchain functions as an entity.
And again, the blockchain. There's like fucking like there's like I don't know last time I checked there's like 15,000 different blockchains. So I don't know which one the blockchain is. I don't know. I wish I knew. But again, plagued by knowledge.
Which crypto works as an entity. I mean, it's also like we can get into the way in which the crypto mining and the currency as itself is inherently going to be deflationary at the end because these are all limited supply coins that will stop being able to be mined.
That's not true. What does that mean? These are all limited supply. That's not true. I mean, look at Dogecoin. Like, you had to have heard about Dogecoin. Some people pronounce it Dogecoin. They're wrong. It's Dogecoin. Dogecoin is purposefully made to be inflationary. Not every cryptocurrency is limited supply. Not every cryptocurrency works on proof of work mining. That's just wrong. Please stop saying stupid stuff that you're wrong about. I'm just it triggers me. I am plagued by knowledge, folks. This is the curse. Having to live knowing what I'm talking about. Oh no. I'm not trying to be too rude or mean, and I hope we can have a real-time conversation. And I followed her on Twitter. I might DM. I don't know how to start conversations. I don't know, like, hey, I saw you made a video about me. Haha. Like, I don't know, man. What do I do about that? I don't know. But I'm not trying to be rude, but also that's just not real. That's just not Bitcoin. Yes, and if you want to criticize Bitcoin, sure. But, like, you're comparing criticisms of Bitcoin with criticisms of proof of work, criticisms with certain blockchains, criticisms of certain communities around certain blockchains, criticisms, like, first of all, it's the monkey picture, then it's Bitcoin, then it's this, and then it's the blockchain. This is, like, you don't know what you're talking about.
At a certain point, right? So once it gets to that point, it will automatically become deflationary, which makes it, like, terrible as a currency. Because no one will ever be incentivized to spend. Like, it's a long argument, but be safe to say that something which has the end point of necessarily becoming deflationary is bad. That's not a good market. That's a bad market, right? So even if you're...
I mean, as far as making money in the short term, it's a good market. I don't know. Like, Is Magic the Gathering? Is trading cards? Trading cards are inherently deflationary. Right? Like, okay, I know a lot about trading card markets because I have an eBay store. There are so many The Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon booster boxes. Yu-Gi-Oh! This is my preference. Right? Every time someone opens up a booster box, there are less total booster boxes, which means the value of every sealed box goes up, right? So, you know, in the same way that there are so many, like, ultra-rare Exodia pieces, over time, sometimes people, like, I don't know, they get water damage, you know, their fires, like, their cards burn, there are less. Does that mean Yu-Gi-Oh! Is bad? Does that mean we shouldn't, like, buy and sell Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards? Like, I mean, like, yes, if we want to talk about in the utopian sense, absolutely. But I mean, like, the idea that, like, deflation is bad or inherently means that, like, you know, buying or selling something is a bad deal. Like if I buy a Blue Eyes White Dragon booster box, I know it will increase in value in the future because of that sort of deflationary model. But again, that is, of course, if you're acknowledging it to be a speculative asset. Now, again, what is a currency? A currency is just exchanging things for value. Like, the idea that, oh, it doesn't work for a currency. What even is a currency? Like, what is the difference? Like, anything can be bought and sold. The United States dollar is a currency. So is the Canadian dollar. Gold, is gold not a currency? You can buy and sell gold at pawn shops all the time and then use that for money. Like, again, what is a currency? Currency is just exchanging something for value at the end of the day. Right? So if I can exchange my US dollar for food and then maybe, like, turn the food into a different kind of food and then sell that food for more US dollars, the food is just, you know, it's a product. It's also a currency in that sense. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this idea that some, like, currency needs to be as, like, yes, I don't have Bitcoin. I don't like Bitcoin. I think it's stupid. But also, Bitcoin is not every cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is not the blockchain. Bitcoin is one of, like, 15,000 cryptocurrencies. So, I don't know, like, if we want to talk about just Bitcoin, okay, yes, I agree. Like, Bitcoin, deflationary for a currency. You know, if you want to use it in the future, also, it doesn't really matter that much because, like, again, you can trade fractions, so it's not really deflationary because there's fractionalization, right? So, I don't know, man, like, but also, yes, I think Bitcoin is generally bad. I don't like it. But also, again, there's the conflation of all these arguments.
If you're looking at it from like, a market-based perspective, which, you know, I don't like markets that much. Even if you look at it from a purely market-based perspective, they're still bad. They're not good. It's not a good way of being able to do this stuff.
Okay, and I don't know.
And that's why we have an issue with crypto as a thing, and that's why it's not analogous to all the other things that she's trying to make it analogous to.
I disagree.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon and Paris Hilton, I don't know anything about them. I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of the celebrity worship in crypto culture, and just in general culture, by the way, that's how people act in general. Celebrity worship is cringe. It's loser garbage. So yeah, I don't give a fuck about Jimmy Fallon or Paris Hilton. I don't care. I know that they got, like, the Bored Ape bullshit. The Bored Ape bullshit is ridiculous. I mean, like, that's the other thing is crypto bros do actually make it extremely easy to, like, make crypto look bad, and that's a whole criticism I have as well.
I mean, that is true. That is very true, and the Bored Ape stuff is inherently cringe, and the celebrities getting involved in it is also cringe.
Like, the idea that people think NFTs and Bored Apes are, like, the same thing. That's like when someone calls, like, every video game Mario. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like it's.
But you cannot deny that the way in which the NFTs have materialized within the public consciousness, and the way in which they're being used in this space, is primarily this fucking.
You can say the same thing about Mario and the same thing about Nintendo. I'm just saying, like, hey, past Andrea, pretty good. Now, again, I don't remember what I said in that video. Pretty, hey, spot on, intelligent, wise, some might say.
These, like, kind of conglomerates of people who decide to turn, like, groups of similar JPEGs into a club with which you can use to market these things to be able to make sure that the token increases in value over time so that you can make sure somebody else is holding the bag. Like, again, she's acting like this isn't downwind of the individual incentive structures that are part of the NFT ecosystem.
Incentive structures, man. I don't know what the fuck this is even supposed to mean. I really don't. Like, yes, the Bored Ape Yacht Club sucks, the marketing sucks, and it's stupid. Like, just because a particular video game could suck does not mean video games suck, does not mean that specific console that video game is on sucks. That's my analogy. NFTs are a whole different thing than just the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I think the Bored Ape Yacht Club is fucking stupid. It's some whiny, wannabe, temporarily embarrassed millionaire bullshit. It's dumb. I hate it. I think it's stupid. And again, just because they're, like, I don't know, like, it's just, like, it's a weird It's a weird thing. I don't know.
Because it absolutely is. There's a reason why all these these crypto like NFT image groups are the way they are. Why they have these roadmaps for the future MMO and the future festival or the future merchandise is because as a fixed supply commodity, the only way in which they ever increase in price is through demand. You have to create demand from somewhere, and getting famous for being cringe is the way to increase.
I mean, you can talk about that with anything, though. Like, you can talk about that, like, with, like, online, like, movements or something. Like, you can talk about that with anything. Like, marketing, like, to sell, like, let's say I want to, like, make money by selling books. So, first I write the book, right? And then I want to build demand for the book. Why? Because I want to make money. I don't know. It's like, if they're providing a service, and let's say you're buying that NFT, and you get to be part of a club, and you want to be in that club. Like, now again, that club might be stupid. It might not have to be something I'm into. But I think that the idea that someone might want to be into that is okay. And I think that they should be able to. I could disagree with them being able to, but think that they should be able to. Like, creating demand for something and providing a service and a product, why is that bad? I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird thing to be mad at, personally. I don't know.
It's that demand, and so you can pass the bag on to somebody else.
It's like, or like, but instead of like, what if Mario was bad? Like, what if Mario was pretty, like, like it's just a shitty game, right? Like, so, but like, oh, what, like, how you doing on that Mario game? And like, you're playing like fucking like Call of Duty, or like you're playing fucking like, I don't know, like Civilization. Oh, how's the Mario doing? Like, it's just like it's an illiterate use of words. That's why I don't like when people like, whenever, like, a lot of people say, oh, NFTs suck because they're bad art. So you've seen every NFT? Like, that's like someone saying, I don't listen to music. Well, I mean,
you're critiquing a bad opinion that somebody has about NFTs, and I would agree with that critique, but I don't think that's really in line with the the regular like leftist critique of the crypto and the blockchain in general.
You can not listen to music, but to say that music sucks.
Well, I mean, I don't know, like, she is interchangeably using like monkey pictures with NFTs. Like, maybe that's a joke or something. I don't know, maybe. But like, she has been doing that in this video, so if she doesn't actually think that, is, that's okay.
General, like, that's just weird. It's strange. It's like not liking Monopoly. So
and again, so like, apparently I am pretty cool. Usually this kind of bums me out. What is the bumming out? Why is there a... Imagine like, oh, I heard what she thinks about cryptocurrency. Now I'm bummed. What? What does that mean? Like, that is like, again, that is an individual attack on me. I would like this. It bums me out. Why? I disagree with everyone I listen to. I disagree with a lot of my favorite people, artists, musicians, like actors, like podcasters, friends, authors. I disagree with a lot of people on a lot of things. Now, if it's something like I disagree with them on, a certain political issue that revolves around people dying, yeah. If someone is pro-Trump, that bums me out. But the idea that someone would like Mega Man X4 better than Mega Man X6, or the idea that someone would, want to gamble on a stock market versus gambling on cryptocurrency, I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't give a fuck. So the idea that, I don't know, I'm arguing with their chat room, right? But it's like the idea that like having someone disagreeing with you on something like that doesn't matter at all, right? Is just like it bums me out. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm overblowing it. It's possible I'm overblowing it. It's very possible. I'm on drugs right now. But anyway,
you don't like board games. It's like, what? Like, I mean, I love Monopoly, right? But if you don't like, and then people love to go like,
okay, but what incentive structure of crypto and NFTs as an entity is pushing things towards this kind of monopolistic idea of NFTs as these group of JPEGs, right? Like these JPEG
like group of JPEGs. That's not the only NFT projects. That's just...
map plan things, which are fucking everywhere. Why is this the way in which these have kind of been culturally accepted in society? It's because of the incentive structures that are in place within crypto and NFT culture in general, and the way in which the blockchain technology incentive.
I don't know. I'm hating this, like, the blockchain. Like, there's 15 fucking thousand plus of these motherfuckers. There's not just the blockchain.
Advises people to do these things, right? Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right, Reaver. Like, if you want to make money off of an artistic project, even then, like,
if I make a Patreon and I sell all of my art on Patreon, and let's say you need to give me $5 and you have access to all my art, so one person could spend like the minimum amount on my Patreon, right click and save every single art picture, and then post them all online, and then boom, I got scammed. Now there's no reason to subscribe to my Patreon, right? Now, NFTs, you're not buying the ability to see the picture. Nobody unless you're a dumb fuck motherfucker, thinks you are buying exclusive access to see a picture. First of all, not all NFTs are pictures. First of all, not NFTs aren't pictures, they're lines of code. And right, not all of them point to pictures, not all of them are about pictures, not all of them about monkeys, right? So, you know, I'm just saying that number one. Number two, right, the idea that anyone's marketing NFTs as you buy exclusive rights to the picture is just dumb, right? Art theft does not work that way. So what happens is, though, now imagine, right, there are people that will, like, again, steal other people's art and then use it. Like, let's say a lot of marketing sites will use this, right? They will go to certain websites, right, download images, re-upload them, or it's just like plagiarizing. They will re-upload them to their image and then profit off of it, right? That's a problem. Art theft is a problem. Art theft is a bad problem that happens everywhere. Like, should we ban photocopy machines because someone drew something amazing and I copied it, I photocopied it and then sold them all? So we should ban photocopiers? I don't know, man. I think she's taking you seriously word for word, and you're clearly having a laugh in the video. You should talk in real time. I would like to. But again, I am plagued by also, I have a curse that I need to respond to my criticism. So, that's what I have to do. I must. It's like the bat signal or whatever. So I must.
NFT would be what?
What kind of NFT project would you support? One that provides to me like something that I deem as valuable. So like if an artist I liked made an NFT project and I liked them and I liked what the project was promoting, I would purchase that NFT project. So. But I've seen none that interest me.
But it's worth more to the person who buys the NFT than the person who mints the NFT at the end of the day. Because it's not even that good for artists either.
I mean, like, I don't know, like, why does something need to be, like, super good? Something needs to be groundbreaking in order for it to justify its existence. I don't know. Without you being high, preferably. I don't know what this backlash is. This is like some Richard Nixon, like, like, real bad. Like, this is y'all, like, No. Don't police my drug use. Is the video on? Yes.
People have been minting NFTs of any old shit. Like, people have been minting NFTs of Grant Kirkhope stuff from, like...
I mean, people have been, like, making T-shirts with other people's artwork on it. I don't know. Like, in fact, like, NFTs do more... Like, this argument is bad because it postulates that NFTs are bad for art theft when actually NFTs solve a problem. Like, let's say you've got someone's original work and an exact, like, photocopied duplicate, right? How do you tell which one's the original and which one's not? Like, there was this recent art exhibit somewhere, I forget what it was, where they had some, like, famous guys painting, right? And then they made very good reproductions of it, and then mixed them all up, mixed and matched them, right? And no one knows which one the original painting is, and then, like, they sold them all for, like, an average price or whatever. So, but that proves, like, okay, art, you don't know which one's the original. You have no idea. Like, if you make a very good reproduction, there's no way to tell which one's the original. That's one of the things that NFTs solve, actually. And I'm just saying that's, as far as, like, again, we're talking about digital images. We're not talking about having an actual physical painting, right? So how do you solve that in a physical painting? Like, I don't know, you sign the back of it, you do something like that, but then again, you could reproduce that. But you could do like some, like the $100 bills have those weird plastic strips in them, right? There's ways to try to prevent reproduction. NFTs actually solve that in the digital space because you can tell which one's the original based on who issued the NFT, right? And what that NFT points to, right? And if, like, again, if there's like 15 copies of them, or if the original artist did not mint an NFT, then that's not like this is a very easily solved problem. So I don't know, man, like, this is a weird argument because, like, the opposite, like, it's arguing in like a way that, like, it digs their own hole. I don't know, it's weird. I'm just
what fucking studio was it? Rareware, right? Like, people have been minting, like, Grant Kirkhope things from, like, Rareware games that without his knowledge or consent on the blockchain. So technically they are, like,
I don't know, like, I see, like, again, this is a big problem, is there's all these, like, weird t-shirt companies, like, print your own t-shirt things, and people will just, like, download memes that they find online and put them on t-shirts and make money off of them. I don't know, like, this is a problem. This is, like, a huge problem everywhere. I don't know. Like, the idea that NFTs are a unique evil in this space is just wrong.
Receipt for that stuff is there already.
And again, like, I'm saying, like, yes, evil is going to exist. Scams are going to exist. That means, like, in the same way that I don't think people that use print your own t-shirt websites are inherently bad, I don't think people that use cryptocurrency are inherently bad, or that cryptocurrency or NFTs are inherently bad. That's all I'm saying. I think that things can be potentially good. I'm willing to wait it out. I'm willing to see if there's any good things that come from it. I don't know why this idea, like, there's the moral grandstanding. It's like, this thing is bad, but also these things are good. Like, fast food is great.
Remember, is that the NFT isn't the image itself. The image is the receipt for ownership of that image.
That's correct. That's the thing. Like to her, that was like some grandiose like punchline to the point. It's like, yeah, you're not actually buying the image, you're buying the receipt, or like whatever. That's the term that they use. It's not like a receipt isn't really a good. It's like it's a it's just like an authentication. It's like a deed to a house for someone. Like, yes, that's what an NFT is. You're describing the NFT. Thank you. I don't know. Like, if someone is buying an NFT and they don't know that, they're dumb, and honestly, fuck them, and I hope they learn it. I don't know. Am I bad to say that? Like, if someone buys a product without doing any research, if someone buys, like, a fucking, like, pickle jar opener, and it's, like, some weird silicone thing that barely even functions, like, and, like, maybe sometimes you can get it to work, like, and then ultimately you just never use it, and you just try to open pickle jars normally again. Like, yeah, I mean, you got scammed, like, that happens all the time. I don't know. Like, you learn your lesson, you move on. Like, I don't know. Like, this idea that someone's, like, getting scammed is, like, oh, no! Like, now they're, like, paralyzed and in the hospital for 15 years. Like, I don't know.
Exactly, like, at least with memes, you don't have to use a bunch of energy and pay cryptocurrency to be able to have, like, some kind of receipt of ownership for the JPEG. We just, as someone who is a communist, like the person who we're watching on screen now who calls himself a communist, understands that democratization is something that we should be striving for. And that's the opposite of what crypto does. If anything, it highly marketizes, like, things that should be in the common, but things that, would be much better.
Again, the NFT projects that are art, the art is public. The art is public. The art is public. No one is saying that you buy the art and then you have exclusive rights to the art. Or it's like, if you don't want to participate in the market for that art, you're fine. You're good. You can enjoy the art. You can enjoy linking to the art. You can enjoy sharing the art. The art is there. The art is there. Like, the market is completely secondary. It's a different thing. It's not. And also, yes, I would want to ban all markets. In the utopia, we're not living in the utopia. I would want governments to exist that do everything I want them to do. I'm for good things, and I'm against bad things. We don't live in that world, right? So it's like this idea that, like, I don't know, man, it's just like a weird criticism. And this is why I bring up fast food, because people will, again, like, she's defending fast food. The chat's, food is you need food. No, you need food, right? Not fast food, right? Like, I don't know, like, this idea, like, I want people to really look at how the whole world is built. Email has a lot of scams, right? Like, so, I don't know, man.
Better within kind of the common, common ownership, like, such as memes, for example. Like, memes as a culture are so wonderful. Not only because they're fucking hilarious, but also because they permeate the space as a collective entity to be, enjoyed and judged by everybody without cost, right?
I mean, I agree. I don't know. I agree. But also, like, that has nothing to do with NFTs, though. Like, I don't know. Like, people, like, someone can make a meme. Someone can, like, draw something and then sell, like, the original drawing. And then that drawing becomes a meme. But then you can still buy and sell the original drawing. I don't know.
Like, the step further, right? Where it's like, not only do I not like Monopoly, but I think you're a bad person for liking Monopoly, and I also think that Monopoly should be banned. And that's the authoritarian impulse that I see is.
But no one's saying that, like, and I mean, this critique is so muddled, I hardly even know how to respond to it. It's like, well, no one's saying that NFTs should be banned because they think the Bored Apes are ugly. No one's saying that.
I mean, yes, people are saying that, but not necessarily just ugly, but that it destroys the environment or whatever, and therefore all NFT. I'm just saying, like people have said that. Like, if you don't, then that's okay. It doesn't apply to you.
They're saying that everybody who buys a Bored Ape is cringe, which is true, and we both agreed with this in this theoretical back and forth here, right? We both agreed with that the Bored Apes are cringe. But that's not the reason why people want the NFTs to go away.
Just very bizarre. Like, and again, hate the rich. I'm not saying that, like, that all crypto bros are good. I mean, rich people suck. Like,
there's a theoretical socialist economy which has a central bank who controls the currency, where it's not done for the benefit of the rich. Whereas crypto will always be for the benefit of the rich, because it, as a system, incentivizes the people who bought in early, who then reap the rewards as.
Again, you can just copy and paste the blockchain or make a new blockchain, and then the rich people don't have like I don't know. Like, yes, if we're talking about Bitcoin, yes, we're not, like, blockchain and Bitcoin are not synonymous. Crypto and Bitcoin are not synonymous. That's my problem with this. I don't know.
things get more popular and as the actual system itself expands, right? As it gains popularity, gains more kind of cultural engagement and cultural acceptance. The people who originally had the bag at the start are the people who have all the cards at the end.
Spam, scam, promotion, bullshit, garbage is dumb, it's cringy, it's stupid, is what it is. But that's like saying that, like, I don't know, like, that's like saying gamers are stupid because of the most, like, anyone who plays games is stupid because gamers who, like, spend all their time on 4chan all day are stupid. That doesn't make playing games stupid. That doesn't make you a bad person because you're into playing video games. And so that's my criticism.
That's just the nonsensical critique that I can't bother to respond to.
Mostly.
Thank you for sharing.
And, you know, I feel like it's just like the moral grandstanding is so ludicrous to me. Like, how many of these people that say, oh, the environment, crypto is evil, it's destroying the world, how many of them eat meat? Like, I'm just like, oh my god, like, processed meat. How many of them eat processed meat? Like, that's the thing. Like the worst thing a cryptocurrency scam can do is take all of your money. The worst, like these people that...
Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. If someone takes all your money, that's really bad. I don't know why you're...
I mean, you know, she's pausing in the middle of my point. Yes, it's bad when people lose money, but again, this is not...
trying to minimize the impact of this thing here, Andrea. If you think that's like not an issue, then how about you give me all your money? Oh, you don't want to? Oh, okay, maybe it's actually a really bad thing if someone has all of their money taken out of them in a rug pull because they were fucking duped by unscrupulous people with no...
If someone is, like, second mortgaging their house to buy a meme coin that just spawned on the market 2 days ago, they're a little dumb. And I'm sorry, I know dumb people exist, and also smart people exist that do get scammed. I'm just saying, if you're spending all of your money on a cryptocurrency... I don't know, that's dumb. Like, that's dumb, you're getting scammed. But also, she's pausing in the middle of my sentence here. You know.
Legal recourse because it's on the fucking blockchain.
Also, I'm really high right now, I'm sorry.
Eat, like, processed food, garbage. Not only are they losing their money, and it's not like they're putting it in something they could theoretically take it out of later, right? Like, you know, but...
They fed themselves with the food, Andrea. Like, they have a material need with which to be able to, you know, sustain their body with food, and they've done that.
Again, the material need of food and fast food are not the same thing! Like, yes, you need food. That does not mean you need fast food. Those are different things. Those are different things. To conflate the two, it's a Mott and Bailey. I know. I'm a theoretical logician of language. I know the fucking rhetorical strategy this is. Again, no one is talking about food. We're talking about fast food. You can buy things that aren't fast. And let's be honest, this idea that, oh, I need to feed myself every day. You don't need to feed yourself every day. I'm just saying maybe you don't need to feed yourself every day. Some people do, some people don't. Not everyone does. I'm just saying maybe think about it. I don't know.
They're losing their money. It's a one-time purchase. And they're literally killing themselves. Like, think about that.
I mean, no, they're not really. Like, you can have a perfectly balanced diet that has a non-zero amount of fast food, as was discussed on the panel the other day, right? Like, sure, it's not exactly the healthiest thing in the world, right? But you can definitely eat some level of fast food and not just kill yourself, right? That's over-egging the pudding a little bit, Andrea, come on.
Like, I don't know, like, fast food, what's on grocery store shelves, in my opinion, is more of a problem than cryptocurrency, right? And so, like, I don't know, like, this hyper-fixation, I think it's a fad. I think that there's, like, an actual, like people think that crypto's a fad. I personally disagree. I think the crypto-hating bullshit is, like, a niche fad that people are into.
I mean, source? Like, I disagree. I think it's a perfectly, you know, reasonable critique of the way in which cryptocurrency exacerbates the worst excesses of neoliberal capitalism.
Like the idea that cryptocurrency exacerbates, is cryptocurrency causing war? Is cryptocurrency the reason why there's a homelessness crisis? Is cryptocurrency the reason why police murder people? Is cryptocurrency the reason, this idea that cryptocurrency is destroying the world or something? It's like just something that no one needs to participate in. It's completely optional. Sometimes people make money. Sometimes people lose money. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. That's also just the stock market, by the way. I don't know. I don't know.
Like, this is a leftist position to take.
You know, that is really bizarre.
Thank you, Sarah Vane. I'm glad you appreciated my input onto that panel. Having to deal with aircraft Sparky again. It's nice to know I've been on two high level panels, and both of them have to do with aircraft fucking Sparky.
I don't know what a high level panel is. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm not into this whole clout ladder stuff, but I don't know. This is fun. I don't know what a high level panel is. Have I ever been on a high level panel? What's a high level panel? I don't know.
Sparky, nice guy, just smoothest brain.
At the same time, I think you seem to be very versed in very real criticisms. No, there's a lot of big criticisms I have about cryptocurrency. But one of my problems is it's like
okay, well, if you agree with the criticisms, then all you're doing is a two quo fallacy. It's like, well, if you hate crypto, why don't you hate fast food? I'm just like, whatever, who cares? Like, that doesn't negate my critique of cryptocurrency.
So again, we're talking about legitimate, I have legitimate criticisms, but again, conflating monkey pictures with the blockchain. I don't know, man. That's just not a legitimate criticism. And almost every popular criticism I see of cryptocurrency is just wrong and factually untrue, including, like many of the things she said in this video. Just saying, hey.
What you're doing is you're angry with people being hypocritical, rather than them being angry with the specific fact that they hate crypto.
Well, or both. Or both. Or that I think it's weird to hate, like, a weird hobby that people have so much. Like, again, like, a lot of country music is bad. There are some good country songs. I like some good country songs, right? But most country music is, like, right-wing garbage. Does that mean all people that listen to country music are weird or bad? Or, you know, again, no. But, like, I don't know. It's just, like, it's a weird thing, like, that people have this, like, weird idea that, like, they attach, like, moral value to. It's strange. I don't know, man. Yeah.
Like, one of those things where it's, like, most of the criticism comes from people that don't know what they're talking about. And that's one of my problems. Like, when people think all NFTs are Bored Apes, or they, like, associate that with, like, art thieves. Guess what? Every art industry has art thieves, right? When computers, there were people that were against computers.
This is a good point from the person who is on the video that is currently on here. That's a very good point.
Because you could copy and paste music files. Like that to them was stealing. Like, but how many people pirate? You know, so it's like, you know, it's just, to me, it's illogical. There's so many illogical criticisms. And that's why.
Okay, well, kind of then, you know, happy to hear those criticisms, right? And why you think those criticisms are illogical. Absolutely sure. But just to say that, you know, well, you can't hate cryptocurrency unless you hate fast food is dumb.
Makes it, like, yes, there's a lot of scams in cryptocurrency.
I never said you can't hate cryptocurrency if you don't hate fast food. I just said it's stupid to do so. Like, obviously you can, like this person does, or, I mean, they seem pretty critical of fast food and stuff like that, but that's good. But a lot of people do, like, obviously you can. It's just stupid. Like, it is hypocritical, so.
There's a lot of scams everywhere. Like, I'm down to talk about the scammers. I'm like, I'd love to. Like,
But as surveying, as was done in the Folding Ideas video, is just like finance not under control of the banks. It sounds really good to people who want to be the bank. Like as he quite eloquently put it, they are sad that they're not the boot now, and they want to be the high tech future boot. That's what it is. Is that they don't want to make a system that is more ethical than what we have now. They just want to be the person who's being unethical at the top.
This idea that if you are involved in cryptocurrency, that you do not also want to fix the whole, like, global society as well that we live in is silly. Like, again, I don't know why that's a weird false dichotomy. Like, yes, you can use cryptocurrency. You can want cryptocurrency to be more democratic and advocate to do so and do actions to do so. You can use cryptocurrency and do that, and then also want the real world, like you could do, or you can not care about cryptocurrency really at all and focus all of your energy on the real world. I don't know. Like, it's weird that that's, like, those two things are put against each other.
Love to, like, go in depth about it. And there's a lot of fucking cringy morons that are into NFTs. Like, they're fucking loser fucking morons, and they suck.
That's also
but, like,
very
you can
true.
say that about people that like sports. Like, there's a lot of cringy losers that like sports. Think about the damage.
Sports isn't just like fucking destroying the environment for profit.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know these giant parking lots? All the giant forests that got destroyed for stadiums? Do you know, like, the money being wasted on advertisements? My God, flying players. Do you know how much money is wasted in jet fuel? Flying these players all across the country and the world? How much CO2 is being released into the atmosphere? You know, all the money being spent, like, you know, on the billboards and all the cars being spent to go travel to these stadiums. The sports industry, I guarantee you, does a higher number on the planet, on the environment than fucking cryptocurrency could even have its dream in its like, if, like, let's say the goal of cryptocurrency was to destroy the world. Even then, it still probably couldn't do nearly enough compared to the sports industry. I'm just saying, man, that's wrong. Sports do destroy the environment, but again, it's like this. You remove. It's like a. I know crypto is bad for the environment because it uses energy, but like. Okay, right, but you don't think sports are bad? They use energy. Like, the idea, like, I don't know. How could you think that sports don't destroy the environment? It's just, I don't know. It's just, this is silly. I mean, this is a really, come on.
Sports. Like, there's a lot of cringy losers that like sports. Think about the damage.
Sports isn't just like fucking destroying the environment for profit.
Wrong.
To be able to, you know, hyper-neoliberalize capitalism.
Wrong.
So many false analogies here. It's driving me around.
Wrong. You know what's super hyper capitalist? Pitting a bunch of cities against each other with these stupid ass sports teams, right? That owners own, by the way. Like, billionaires own these sport teams. Why don't the cities own the sports teams? Why don't billionaires own the sports teams? So the billionaires own the sports teams, and then they relate them to the cities, and they bring them into the cultural heritage. Oh, I love the Phillies, bro, because I'm born and raised. Why do you fucking that's like a billionaire fucking project. That's nothing to do with where you live. It's just named after you. Like, bro, like, there's just like, they built a stadium in your fucking stupid city, and then they fucking made you like make that part of your cultural identity to like this stupid ass sports team. Now again, if you want to like sports, that's fine, but to say that it's not like hyper capitalist is wrong. People have like literally rioted and killed people over sports games. Oh, my team. Your team, first of all, you have no stake in that team. The only thing that you share is like partial phonetic, like you know, they have PHILL, and then the U in the city. Like, I mean, like that's the best you got. You have no ownership ownership stake in that sports team. You've made it up, like, you've built a parasocial relationship with these people, and then, like, you're gonna riot and kill. I'm just saying, sports fans, I mean, again, I'm just like, now, am I to say all sports fans are like that? No, because that's not my critique. But I'm just saying, this idea that sports doesn't destroy the environment, wrong. The idea that sports isn't hyper-capitalist, wrong. So, I don't know. I'm trying to bring people some awareness of some of the other ways that our economy scams us on a daily basis.
On the bend. Please, Andrea, I love your content. Please stop being this cringe.
Well, I appreciate that my content is loved. But this is not cringe. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pull the fashion no you. That's right. That's right. I know. This is something that I shouldn't do. This is a bold move, and honestly, it's a risky move. Just like gambling all my money on cryptocurrency, this is a risky move, right? I'm gonna pull the no you. Now again, I would like to do an actual conversation. I know my video. So the first video is 11 minutes. You can see this, and then her video is 33 minutes, and now my video is like 2 hours because I don't shut the fuck up. Okay, but let's finish. We're going.
To society that sports does, right? It's a fucking fucking trillion-dollar fucking industry that profits off of the suffering of people. It pays a bunch of people a lot of money, and a lot of these people that get involved in sports are poor people, so they spend their whole life wishing, maybe I'll get picked for the NFL, maybe I'll get picked for the whatever the other ones are, I don't know, right? So they spend their whole childhood hoping for a dream, and how many of those people actually get picked, right? It's a lottery.
Yeah, and if they love playing football, or if they love playing cricket, like, if they don't succeed in becoming a professional, at least they spent their entire time playing cricket, rather than just...
Yeah, and I guess, again, people have meaning and entertainment, and they view that in different ways, and that's fine. That's what I'm saying. If you enjoy cryptocurrency, if you enjoy gambling, if you enjoy getting involved in projects or coding or whatever, and you like it, and let's say you don't get rich, that's fine. Entertainment. Like, you are entertained. Maybe you're employed in some way by doing that. You can subsist in a living by doing that. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Need money for, I know, a receipt for a thing, and then have their and then after a rug pull ended up with fucking literal nothing. Like, what did they gain?
This idea, like this imaginary scenario where like someone bought a receipt for something. Like, I don't know why you'd buy a receipt for something, by the way, but someone bought the receipt for something and then they got rug pulled. So, by the way, you're buying a receipt, which is a scam, but then the scammed the rug pull, and then I don't know. This is an imaginary thing. This is like an imagined worst case scenario that doesn't really happen, and if it does happen, it's like to a couple rich people maybe that probably deserved it. And also, like, people get scammed every day and all kinds of things. That doesn't mean we should ban email, doesn't mean we should ban sports, it doesn't mean we should ban any other industry. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's problems in all these things. I'm saying there are problems in crypto, and we shouldn't ban it, we shouldn't hate it, we shouldn't like morally attack people and think that they're evil because of it. There are problems in the same way that there are problems with sports. This, like, she is saying that, oh no, sports are great. Fast food, yeah, it's problematic, but it's food. No, it's fast food, actually, right? I don't know. Like, I don't know. My thing is, like, yes, we can criticize everything, and also, yes, capitalism is bad. Also, guess what? I went to the grocery store, and I bought food. Whoa! I participated in capitalism. How dare I? Right? Because I can criticize the system I live under, right? I don't know, this idea that, like, sports are shielded for some reason because they're entertaining, and it's because somehow she values that entertainment more than other entertainment. I don't know.
Other than misery. This is such a ridiculous comparison, and
no,
I disagree with the idea that like the major sports things like exploit people. At least not any more than regular capitalism exploits people, right? That's just like nonsensical.
Yeah, well, actually, I do genuinely think sports are one of the most exploitive industries in the world. I genuinely do. Now again, people want to play sports. People like to play sports. Great, but the people, right, that enjoy sports and like sports are getting the short end of the stick compared to the owners. I'm just saying, right? So let's just imagine if we, democratize sports or, gave owners not... I'm just saying, like, the idea that sports isn't a hyper-exploitive thing, that's weird. People are groomed from young ages to be into sports. Like, my parents would try to get me into sports, and I wasn't really into it at all, but they would try to get me into it. They were trying to, like, do this, and do it. And then some people, like, would, like, their identity becomes ingrained with it because they don't know any better, and, maybe they don't like it at first, and then they just want to impress their parents. I don't know, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. All things in capitalism suck. I don't know why you got to defend sports and fast food, bro.
Have to get lucky.
Sis, I'm this is just how I talk. I'm sorry.
And then really, all right, you got picked to be a fucking sports star. You get rich for a couple years, but guess what? You destroy your body. You fucking get massive brain injuries. You're literally killing yourself for money for other people's entertainment.
I'm gonna call like X to doubt on that one. I mean, sure.
I mean, like, do you know why like sports players retire and they're like 30s and 40s? Is because they have fucking brain injuries and they hurt themselves. I don't know.
Plenty of athletes who do end up, causing damage to their body, and in the case of doing sports, but do you think they're doing it because they want to entertain other people, or do you think they genuinely love the sport they're playing? Like,
a lot of people do it for entertainment at first. At first.
Again, I'm not going to try and say that I have like an internal knowledge of every single sports player's attitudes. But when I really want to become like, I don't know, like a professional like snooker player or whatever, I was never thinking of like the long-term health issues that I might have to be able to want to play the sport I love in front of people. I just want to be able to, you know, be really good so that I could succeed. I think that's a pretty disingenuous comparison here.
I disagree, but also I don't like sports, so I it's possible I'm wrong. I don't know, but
So I have a lot of problems with sports. But whenever I have a conversation like this with someone who's like being like weirdly anti-crypto,
So for example, if you demarketize sports, right? If in a fully demarketized communist society, some kind of weird utopia, people would still play sports. They would still.
I don't know why the utopia's got to be weird. I don't know why it's got to be weird. It's a utopia. It doesn't have to be a weird utopia. Like, come on, is that weird?
If in a fully demarketized communist society, some kind of weird utopia, people would still play sports. They would still try and train to be the best.
Yeah, and people might still want to use blockchains in this weird utopia. Maybe it's weird after all.
They would still try and do it because they would like the prestige of being the best, even if they didn't get any kind of financial remuneration for doing so. That's not the same with crypto, which in a a communist society would not exist.
The markets for crypto, currency for crypto might not exist, but why wouldn't blockchain exist? I don't know. Well, why wouldn't it? Oh, obviously, because I'm not personally entertained, right? I don't know. Someone wants to make... And honestly, you know what? If someone wants to do cryptocurrency, and it's a game, money is not tied to survival. Cryptocurrency is just, you bet on, and then the line goes up, and you win, like, you know, I don't know, you just feel good or whatever. It's like, you know, it's not linked to your survival. It's just like, maybe you get like a ribbon or something, and it's just a cool little ribbon. I don't know. That has value. Markets can have value when it's not linked to money, which is tied to survival, right? Like if someone's playing an MMO and they're like buying and selling gold and like buying like items, and then certain items, like maybe like in Path of Exile, I play Path of Exile sometimes, you know, sometimes there's like streamers in Path of Exile, and sometimes they'll like do certain builds, right, where a certain item will become very popular. And so like sometimes, you know, you can like see a streamer, and like if you watch a streamer, I've never done that also play Path of Exile that I play with have described this to me. You know, well, they'll say they're thinking about doing a certain build, and so people will buy up all the items on the secondary market in the game, right, in-game currency, and then if the streamer like starts popularizing a certain build type, those items will go up in value. But that's a video game. It's not tied to survival. It's a video game. So I don't care. It's cool. It's fun. It's fun. I like, you know, sometimes I like, you know, it's fun to buy and sell items in Path of Exile or other video games. It's a video game. So if something is not tied to survival, why shouldn't it exist? If it's fun, I don't know. My opinion.
Right? They always like turn it into like, oh, but I like sports, so it's okay. Oh, well, I like fast food, so it's okay. Or oh, well, blah blah blah. Like there's always the excuse of, well, I like this. Well, what if people like NFTs? What if there's people that actually look at the Bored Apes and they go like, damn, that's pretty cool. It's not for me, but I don't care. It's the same thing as like football. I have a lot of criticism of football, but do I think someone's a bad person if they enjoy watching football? No. So that's my problem with crypto critics. They're missing the plot. I'm still confused by the environmental concerns with crypto. So, okay, like this is like a multiple things are allowed to be true kind of scenario. So like proof of work and the way Bitcoin is mined is stupid. It's dumb and it's way too energy intensive for no reason. That can also be true. That's true. But guess what? So are video games being played at maximum graphics. You don't need to play with all the fucking shiny glitter textures and all that stupid shit, right? So you can make an argument that that's excessive. So what if someone has like multiple...
Okay, right, now we're getting into disingenuous criticism here. Like, you can agree that something may be theoretically excessive, right? That doesn't mean that the existence of it as such is a net negative utility. Whereas when we already have a system which does not have the gross environmental impacts that crypto does, that works better, has better safeguards, and isn't entirely...
Again, this pretending that the Bitcoin blockchain is all crypto is stupid, it's dumb, you don't know what you're talking about.
You know, full of people trying to be able to use that to disingenuously take people's money away for nothing.
What?
You don't need to have the cryptocurrency element at the end of it. Whereas to be able to have the video game in the first place, at least some energy has to be used, right? And then the difference in how much energy you use for a video game on full graphics...
So it boils down to, I like video games, so therefore they have a right to exist. I don't like cryptocurrency, therefore it doesn't have a right to exist. By the way, I don't know what the difference between cryptocurrency and the blockchain and blockchains in general and Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't know what the difference between any of these things are, so I'm going to advocate against them for different reasons at different times, and I'm going to talk... I don't know, this is just uneducated. And I would like to have this conversation because I do genuinely think that this video's existence, like, I mean, she is peddling a bunch of things that are incorrect, and I would like to educate her on. But also, again, I think we mostly agree on this stuff. I think it mostly is an agreement. But again, there's this reactionary, like, why did she make a video about me being wrong on crypto, but not make a video on me being wrong on something else? I don't know, like, why is the only time she talks about me on her channel? Now, again, I'm willing to make a friend here. This is cool. And I like when people talk about me, and I'm not trying to say you shouldn't. But I'm just saying, Why didn't she make a video about like, oh, I really loved her show on whatever take on this? Why is it like that the only video she's ever made about me, that I know of, is about crypto and that I'm wrong about? I don't know, like that in and of itself, like that happening and this being the thing that we're talking about and this being why we're having this communication, to me, I think proves my original thesis that people get too hyperfixated on cryptocurrency. In my opinion, I think this proves that thesis. I think this video, her video existing, just to begin with, like when we started playing it, the fact that this video even exists proves my thesis correct.
So normally, as opposed to using Bitcoin or using regular currency, it's like these aren't comparable.
So again, now she's saying Bitcoin. Before it was crypto, and again, she means all the same things. Right. So before it was crypto, then it's the blockchain, then it's crypto, then it's Bitcoin, then it's Ethereum, then it's Bored Apes, then it's NFTs, right? But these are all different things in the same space. But those are all different things.
Refrigerators in their house. Like, let's say they've got like a mini fridge in like 3 rooms in their house, and they've got like a fridge in the kitchen and like a fucking freezer in the backyard or whatever the fuck, right? Should that be banned? Like, that's excessive. The capitalistic society, modern society as we live in right now, is excessive. Like, yes, Bitcoin is one example. So are like climate controlling things. Like, there was a study done throughout the pandemic of since
yes, we should change all of those things. I agree. That does not detract from my criticism of cryptocurrency.
Yes, when the criticism is bad, yes, again, I advocate for better blockchains, right? There are blockchains that do not use the proof of work miner method. That are blockchains that are much more energy, like if her argument is that all crypto is evil and therefore none of it should exist, then she's advocating to ban it and that there is no such thing as even something that uses less energy in comparison to Google or Twitter or YouTube, even that's bad because crypto inherently has no right to exist. If that's her argument, then I wish she would say that. But she's like bouncing between that and then also the energies, like, that's why I advocate for better blockchains. I don't know, man.
Offices were being shut down. They actually still were being climate controlled because, like, I don't know, they have documents in them or, you know, whatever the excuse is. So they've got these giant, empty office buildings with 24/7 air conditioning. Did anyone, like,
video game and appliances do not compare in the chat? I mean, they do compare. Like, if someone has 5 fridges, first of all, do they need that much food in their house? No. Do they need that many refrigerators? No. Like, do they need that excess? No, they don't. They don't need it. If the argument is we don't need cryptocurrency, we also don't need empty office buildings, we also don't need video games, we also don't need movies. Like, if the argument is, oh, we need food, then that puts everything else into another category. But then also they're saying, but we need video games, we need appliances. Okay, I agree, but then also, but everything I like is good, but everything I don't like is bad, and therefore we don't need. I don't know, it's just a weird thing. It's weird, it's strange. It's bizarre.
All these people that hate Bitcoin going to talk about that?
Again, this is just like a two quote fallacy. It's just you criticize this thing, yet you won't criticize this thing. You're a hypocrite. And I'm like, well, we're talking about crypto right now, so I'm going to make.
So, but she's also, when I'm pointing out other examples, she's also defending those things and saying that my examples are bad. Like, oh, like sports are great, fast food. I mean, yeah, it's not that great, but we need it. We need it. The golden arches will bring us salvation.
Criticism. If someone says, "Oh, Helena, do you disagree with crypto?" Yes. Oh, well, you didn't voluntarily offer up the information that you were critiquing climate-controlled offices and empty planes flying during the pandemic. So, well, I critiqued them before. We're not critiquing them now, so that makes you a hypocrite. Like, that's nonsensical.
I disagree.
I don't know. Like, that's what. So whenever people talk about how bad Bitcoin is, I like to just,
like, again, if like they're like, I see every single day, I see left-wing streamers and people talking about NFTs and dunking on crypto bros and all that. Every single day, I do not see these same people talking about other things that are relation to, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, my criticism is that there's a hyperfixation that is silly and stupid, and that also a lot of people don't know what they're talking about. This video's existence shows that she has a hyperfixation on cryptocurrency and not anything else. The video existing in that case. But then she also shows that she doesn't really know much about what she's talking about. She just has a general argument against capitalism, which I agree with, but also, what is the solution? Like, yes, these things are bad. And what's the solution? If you're going to say something's bad, what's your solution? Then she's saying we don't need it. Well, I don't know. Like, what do these words like need? I mean, like, if something doesn't need to justify its existence to exist. I don't know. Like, movies, like when movies first started coming out, did they need to exist? I mean, why don't we just write books and stories? Like, that's way easier. Why do we need all these movies being made? We need more actors and we need to build sets. Why? We don't need this, so why should we put money into that? Because people want to. I don't know. People want to, and people are doing it.
Just broaden the conversation to capitalism in general. And, you know.
Okay, but but let's say, for example, we are taking the existence of capitalism as a given. So I will also critique capitalism with you, Andrea, right? Absolutely 100%. But if we're taking the existence of capital markets as a given within the society, within the framework that we're working within, crypto is still negative utility because it's even worse than what we currently have. That's the argument people are making when they criticize it.
I don't, like, is crypto or is it blockchain? I don't know.
Simple.
Is that it?
Oh, that's a shame, because I think there were, again, you know,
Okay.
There needs to be like a reasonable discussion around what, the world within crypto and how that affects us and things like that. When we have really lukewarm riposts to the critique, we're saying, well, you say that's bad, but you won't say other things are bad. These things that aren't quite analogous.
Like, my critique of critiquers, right, is that the critiquers don't know what they're talking about. I know I'm repeating myself. Which, again, the conflation of the blockchain, Bitcoin, markets, all these things, is clear that she's never used cryptocurrency. She's never, like, really looked at, like, spaces revolving around them, or, like, she doesn't read crypto news. She doesn't really know. Like, and that's fine. You don't need to know, like, like, I don't know. I don't, but also, like, you need to know, like, the idea that, like, you're going to defend fast food and defend sports. Like, if you were to have agreed with me on sports and fast food, then maybe you can make this argument, but I don't know. Like, my thing is, yes, capitalism sucks. People should also be able to have fun. If people want to play sports and go to sports games, even though it's supporting the owners and the billionaires and they're getting rich and they don't really know anyone on the team, but they have a parasocial relationship with them because they're, like, weirdos, like, I don't know, that's fine. If they enjoy it, that's fine. But I also think if someone enjoys cryptocurrency, it's fine. I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. That's just my opinion.
It just kind of, like, rubs me up the wrong way, but hey ho. Well, if you watch this, Andrea, happy to debate you.
Okay.
Absolutely happy to come on.
Well, I wish I would have watched the ending before I made a 2-hour
stream and debate this issue with you. Feel free to do so. Not a problem at all. Very happy to do so. That is my challenge to you. If you want to debate the marketplace of ideas stuff, not even a
Whoa! Why are we introducing a marketplace to the debating? What the fuck? I'm down to debate, but now it's in a marketplace? Ah. Oh.
Not even a debate, maybe just a conversation. Maybe it doesn't even have to be antagonistic. I'm not fucking forced, right? We can just chat about it, because I believe we have a lot of issues that we agree on plenty of other things, right?
Hell
Not gonna, yeah, like, it can just be a conversation. I'm not gonna try and blood sports or anything like that. So yeah, if you're watching,
of course it won't be blood sports because sports are canceled. Can the debate be on the blockchain? I hope so. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, I respond to criticism on my show. Even though I do it excessively, and when I get high, I don't stop talking. But again, now I had to go through her half-an-hour video, and so now she's gonna have to go through my 2-hour video, and then she's gonna have to make a 5-hour video, and then we're gonna do a 10-hour debate, and that's what's gonna happen. And it's going to be in the marketplace of ideas, the neo-marketization of the post, I don't know. But anyway, I had fun. I enjoyed it. Some people don't find these kinds of videos that I do enjoyable. I don't care. I do all kinds of different videos. And if you don't find it enjoyable, that's fine. You can feel free to tell me that. Or you can not watch it and just watch the other stuff. That's also fine. I don't need to justify my existence. This is my show. I do what I want. But also, thank you all for watching. We're going to be doing a 24-hour charity debate live stream in the Marketplace of Ideas underneath the Golden Arches. Oh, God. I need more seltzer. Anyway, just DM her like a civilized person. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. I'm going to upload this video. It's going to be 2 hours. I'm going to upload this video. And then I'm going to DM it to her. Hey, hi, so I saw that you made a video about me 2 months ago, and I didn't see it because I don't know, but also, and I noticed that you followed me, and I didn't know that you existed before, and I feel bad about that, and I'm sorry, but maybe and also hello, and so we can have this in the marketplace, and I don't know. I'm just doing a bit here, but anyway, that's anyway, that's the show. That's what I got, and that's all there is. That's all there ever will be, and I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day. We're gonna be doing a 48-hour live stream, blood sports in the stadium under the Golden Arches, and we're gonna be debating whether or not gambling should be legal, and that. So upgrade your confidence. It's a value. I have no confidence. I have no self-esteem. I don't even believe in confidence or self-esteem. I don't think they exist. So, but again, once again, folks, she has been proven to be intellectually incorrect. So, I'm hoping that the next part of this trilogy will be fun. But also, I don't know. I'm just making noises. That's it. It's a weekend. It's the weekend. Yeah. Oh! All right. That's it. That's the show. Goodbye.